Wednesday. Oh, I went to the wrong one. And we're back.
Uh-huh. So, should we introduce ourselves?
Sure, let's introduce ourselves. I think I'll do Jenna this route, actually.
Huh?
I think I'll do Jenna this route, actually.
Oh, you will? Okay.
Sure.
You want to do the Carly voice? Do you want to keep narrating, or do you want to...
Yeah, I'll just keep narrating. It should be fun. Okay. And then, naturally, it turns out that Jenna has this huge, long-ass route where it's just like her talking constantly and the narrator just back and forth as she's talking to Chase about something for like 2 hours.
You see...
Yeah, like that's kind of happened in her route.
Yeah, it's going to happen in her route.
Apparently, he looked ahead. He read ahead.
I just assume that's going to happen. All right, because that's just how that works. You know, if it can go wrong, it will.
Everyone, my name is Fenn. We do have another route character coming up too that we'll need to decide on.
Oh nice. Yeah. Oh wait, who is that? I don't even know.
We'll figure it out when they come up. Julian. Is his last name Assange?
No, but sadly, his nose is red, but not red enough.
Gotcha. Hi everyone, my name is Fenn Moore. This is the Echo series. We're doing TJ's route. You can find me on YouTube at Fenn Moore and on Twitch at Fenn_Moore, where you're probably watching this. But yes, I mainly focus on stuff like Elden Ring and a bunch of other games, and we're doing some collaborative stuff as well, like the Echo universe and other things. Who would like to be next?
Go, Kaiser, go!
Go, Kaiser Wolf!
I'll go then. Hi, I am Terry Candlestick. You can find me on YouTube at Terry Candlestick channel. And I mostly focus on visual novels. I voice those and try to give them interesting voices that can be pretty easily distinguished, so it's something you can listen to in the background, kind of like a podcast. I also do video game commentary and games, especially EverQuest, one of my favorite old school nostalgia games. And joining us, I think he just returned, is...
Yep, I had the first internet drop of today, so, points go to me, I guess. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm Kaiser. I'm back. I don't know how much we want to explain about the gap, but we've had life things, creative differences, but we're all here. So,
alrighty. So, Tats, so you're focusing on nostalgia. Does that make you the nostalgia displacer beast?
As a matter of fact, it does.
But you criticize them.
I'm the nostalgia pet. Also,
what
kind of recently,
have you updated? Oh, good.
I recently decided that when it comes to like what kind of cat I am, I officially want to be a displacer beast on here. But for my personal furry persona, I'm just your average Russian blue.
Oh, well, congratulations.
I'm a good kitty. I'm a good kitty. I get a point for that.
Bark, bark, bark.
He's full cat. You know what that means, right?
Oh,
we gotta go pester him. Come here.
Only if you want your nose scratched.
Oh no.
Well, it's a good thing I have ample laser pointers at the ready.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm going to lose weight fast now.
Mm-hmm. Never know what found him.
Then I'm going to curse my owner for giving me all that dry kibble.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's go.
All right, let me see if this works. Apparently, no one can get in touch with him. Jenna leans back against the dresser, running a bush through the fur on her neck and head, still a little damp in the shower.
Did they try his
Chase.
line? Maybe he just muted his phone. I mean, he sleeps like in every day. It's like he's unemployed and a pothead. I mean, this is bizarre, strange behavior no one's seen before.
Jenna shrugs. I'm going to assume I'm going to assume that they have.
So no one told him we were going to have this party. Like good planning on all our parts.
Jenna turns around and leans towards the mirror above the dresser, brushing away loose fur. It's a surprise party, right?
I guess it's just not really his birthday. I mean, his birthday is 4/19. Can we get the joke? You guys get that joke? It's super clever. No one could see it coming.
Oh, Jenna sighs. It's just an excuse to do something in this shitty town. I see Jenna glance at the door to the bathroom as if worried TJ can hear her curse, even with the showers running. I let out my own sigh.
Well, I'm sorry I dragged you here, Jenna. I thought it would be fun and all, but apparently you're just a wet blanket in this route. I mean, come on.
Jenna finishes whatever she's doing in the mirror and turns back around to face me. Hey, it's not this town I came to see. It was you guys.
Yeah, well, you don't seem very happy about it either. Almost like you're out of character for some reason. Weird.
Jenna frowns. If I didn't want to be around you guys, I'd have left by now. I have friends in Peyton that could take me to the bus stop. I don't say anything, choosing to lean back on the bed and close my eyes. Still tired from the fucked up dreams I had last night. Sorry, I'll stop complaining. I massage my forehead with one hand.
It's still the beginning of the week. We've got time to turn this around. Let's just start doing some like week donuts or something. Some like reunion donuts in the parking lot. That'll get us all turned around.
It's really just Flynn. I look over at her.
Is he coming? Double entendre. Boo-doo-boo.
Yep. Leo said he had a talk with him, so...
I mean, Flynn gets over stuff pretty quick. I think it would be awkward if we don't let it be.
Jenna looks at the shower door, the sound of the dryer blowing loudly behind it. It's not really Flynn that I'm worried about. It's the things he said to TJ. I rub my eyes.
If it gets to that point, me and TJ will just cut out early and go somewhere else. Maybe Janice's place, party central that all the kids are hanging out at, Jaundice's place.
Jaundice.
Hey, up.
This joke's going to last all of Echo.
Yeah, it's going to last all of Echo.
Oh, yeah, no, that's our me now.
And then we're going to go to Ad Astra, and there'll be somebody who looks like Jaundice, so we'll just call them Jaundice as well.
It's going to be an unrelated disease that's name is similar to, and we're just going to be like, yep, that's you now.
Yeah. This is new name.
We'll run into somebody else, their name will just be gonorrhea. I open my eyes to look at Jenna.
You going with us? To Janice's place, the thing you clearly want to do.
Jenna smirks at me. I think I have some studying to do.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, what if Flynn has another... She immediately cuts herself off as the door suddenly cracks open.
No, I'll go ahead and do TJ.
Okay. I see one of TJ's blue eyes looking through the opening. The eye widens and the door closes quickly again. Suddenly it swings back open and the lynx comes striding out in his pants.
Surprise twink.
Excuse me, Jenna. I'm just here with my cross in my pants.
Jenna moves over and TJ reaches into one of the drawers to pull out a polo shirt.
Forgot my shirt.
He mumbles before turning back around and hurrying to the bathroom. He can't let a girl see him shirtless now, can he?
No, it's
Or
forbidden.
is it Chase?
It's forbidden by the church. And then we all just repeat, by the church.
For the greater good.
For the greater good. Come on, Kaiser. Greater good.
Greater good. For the greater good.
Greater good.
Greater good.
For the greater
I catch a glimpse. I catch a glimpse of the insides of his ears, which are bright red. The door snaps shut again. We both stare at the door for a while before Jenna speaks up again. If Flynn can keep his mouth shut until the end of the week, then we just might be able to get through this. I stare out the window as we roll down the dusty streets of Echo. Honestly, it doesn't look much worse off than how I left it. The roads might be a little worse, but I assume that's because they haven't done any maintenance since winter.
Yeah. I'm regretting not letting him know we're coming. You know, you'll be lucky if he even gets his ass out of bed. We'll call him then. And what if he doesn't answer?
Leo doesn't say anything, instead focusing back on the road. TJ feels the silence after a while.
Well, I don't think it's too weird. It's just like we're hanging out again. Nothing wrong with that. Sure, but making it about Carl is just... it's weird. Maybe if his birthday was like next week, 2 weeks tops.
Oh, hush, Flynn. It'll just be like we're hanging out. You acting weird about it isn't going to help anything. The car starts slowing down, and I snap out of my daydreaming to look up, knowing that we definitely aren't at Carl's house yet. That's when I see a round canine figure standing further up on the side of the road. She's standing in the dirt that separates the road and the field in front of a broken and rusted barbed wire fence.
I think that's...
Standing menacingly.
I think that's John is standing menacingly.
She's just standing there doing things with herself. Menacing!
I think that's Johnny's.
I look over at Leo and he seems concerned. His brows furrowed as he carefully steers the car right up next to the coyote. I can see why. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay, this is the nano yellow Yeti. So when I talk like this, that's strange. Oh, that's what happened.
What happened?
I guess I clicked somewhere on my screen, and it had set the gain really low, like 50%. So I was looking at this green bar moving. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Oh, well, we'll fix it in post.
Projects girl voices.
Yeah, my computer's just like, oh, you're doing a girl voice now.
Time to change everything.
Time to change literally everything. I can see why. She's crouched over, elbows on her knees, staring at the ground.
Roll down your window, Chase.
I do as he says, struggling a little with the old crank handle.
What the hell is she doing out here?
We come to a stop next to the coyote, kicking up some dust.
I don't know. Hey!
Leo leans over me and smiles out at Jaundice, who's still looking at the ground.
Everything oh shit.
Leo's voice cuts off in a weird choking sound. I look at him, confused. Then look back out the window and I can't help myself but I gasp. It's hard to tell from the angle and all the dust kicked up by our van. But now I can see that Jaundice has her pants down around her thighs. I can also see everything. I sit back quickly and avert my eyes, looking out the windshield instead.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, Leo, keep going! Oh my god, Leo, keep going! Jenna whispers it, her voice strained.
Oh, sorry,
Leo stops talking and I chance a glance out the window again. Janice is looking at us now,
Janice or
and
Janice?
she's smiling. Jaundice is looking at us now, her fur and eyes starting to turn yellow, and she's smiling. It's a weird smile because it doesn't touch her eyes. It's unnerving. Leo stares back.
Leo, go!
I hiss out the side of my mouth, staring out the windshield again. He seems reluctant to, though, looking concerned.
Jaundice, do you need some help?
His tone is one you might use on a toddler or a crazy person.
Wait, let me do it again. Jaundice, do you need some help?
Do you need some help, sweetie? We can take you to the local mental hospital.
We can help get your liver fixed.
We can get you on your medications again. I don't hear her say anything except maybe a grunt. Leo bravely keeps trying, though.
We can give you a...
Leo stops talking in time for me to hear a pattering sound. It's a sound I recognize well from back when I would take a piss on dirt roads and echo when no one was around. The van lurches forward, then resumes the smoother acceleration back into the empty road. We're all happy that she didn't just grab a turd and fling it straight at us.
Well, it takes a minute to get that, once you start the, whole routine, it takes a minute to get one of those going.
And
she's like,
I was even going to do like a little fart joke. Like I could hear the little poots as we started taking off.
I go for it, bud.
Holy shit! What the fuck was that? I don't.
Leo's frowning, looking as confused as I've ever seen him.
Should I go back? No!
I look back and see TJ covering his face. Maybe she could be having some sort of psychotic episode.
Or maybe she just had to piss. I don't think so. Did you see the way she looked at me?
With those bedroom eyes. No.
She
She was probably just on something. Isn't everyone, I mean, me included, like, oh, I'm doing all the coke over here as an honor?
I'm over here.
Totally.
I'm over here doing Christian coke. It's Christ pills. They have crosses on them.
Is that just the communion cracker just ground up and you snort?
No. They've actually gone towards communion tiles. It's LSD.
It is communion ecstasy. Yeah, that's what it is.
Holy ecstasy!
It's made into a wafer.
Remember, if your church does weird shit, they're doing holy ecstasy.
See, now you're just making me want to go to church.
I know, right? That'd be amazing.
Hallelujah!
Go to church, everyone's happy. It's like, so here's what we do: we water up these pills, and then we crush them into a wafer and sprinkle them with, I don't know, brown coloring or something.
No fentanyl. Yes. Someone starts having a bad trip in the middle of Hallelujah, and they're like, Hallelujah.
No, they're super into Hallelujah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually sounds like a fun time. Just take a bunch of E, like the choir comes out, you just
Sounds
the
like
organist just really goes wild.
Someone walks in, they're just like, "Holy crap! This is the widest congregation I've ever seen. Why are they dancing around like it's a black church? They're having a great time."
They all sound like Baptists, but they're dancing around like white people.
Be hellfire and damnation! Whoa!
Okay, I'll do Leo now. No, she doesn't do stuff like that.
Well, maybe he does. I mean, Leo, do you have every person's drug habits memorized in this town?
Yes,
Do ya?
yes.
Well, yeah, there's only like a couple people, so yeah, maybe you do. You never know with people.
Again, Leo pulls out his encyclopedia of people's addictions and drug addictions and starts flipping through it. Again, Leo doesn't say anything, and neither does anyone else. I glance back at TJ, who's sitting in the very back seat with Jenna. He's curled up in her lap, terrified and shaking slightly, because he just saw girl bits. He's got his ears down. Probably for the first time, yeah. He's got his ears down, looking into his lap where he's fidgeting with his hands. I know he's probably thinking the same thing I am. Which is that we're supposed to help Jaundice with her spring cleaning or whatever. I want to ask him about it, but the dead silent van is making me feel like now isn't the best time.
I fucking told you.
Leo stabs the doorbell again, frustration etched across his face.
Can you please keep the cursing down just a little bit? We're now a Christian group. No more gayness. We all do this for the Lord now. Thank you, Flynn.
I can't help but notice TJ wince at every F-bomb. He's been keeping his distance from Flynn, always standing on the opposite side of our little group. I shift the bag we're carrying around in my hands, trying to look through the frosted glass on the sides of the door.
Maybe he's getting high? High
He
on
should.
life?
He should still be able to hear us.
I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to. You know, like the socially anxious person who that's like his main character defining trait, doesn't want like a bunch of people like in his personal space.
Yeah, you
Again,
know,
these
maybe.
are rock.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's wearing that big hoodie for a reason.
Because it looks good on him.
TJ holds up his phone.
He's not answering his phone either. And I really don't like the idea of gays for God. Just gonna throw that out there.
Leo knocks on the door hard, his bicep bulging. Well, I guess breaking the door might get us inside. Leo stands back, paws on his wrists as he takes a deep breath. He's determined. And I guess he should be, considering he set all of this up.
We should have just told him to meet us at the diner or something. You know, fucking smart.
No,
Yeah,
that's forbidden.
you know, just imagine the guy who coordinates with people for a living actually giving a good idea.
Yeah. Literally.
You know, I do like how they never ask for Flynn's opinion, even though he's one of the only people that lives in the town and hangs out with Carl on a regular basis and might be his secret boyfriend.
Mhm.
Like, no one asks his opinion of like what they should do.
Yeah, that's actually kind of stupid that they don't do that. And Leo just stands back. Open the fucking door, Carl!
Yeah, that would make me want to open a door. Open up! I'm coming if you don't open the door.
Open the fucking door! FBI, open up!
Yeah, it's like an ice raid, you know.
Yeah. I hear you have African foxes in there.
I hear you have weed, and it's not homegrown.
I heard that you have a Russian blue in there. Our administration doesn't understand that that's just a breed. We need to. We're coming for you.
Well, I've never heard of Russian blue. I've never seen it in a crayon box. Must be some kind of import.
And then they break into there looking for a blue cat. Like, where's this blue cat that we're looking for? They just see this. They just see this black one.
Yeah. It's actually a black cat. Yeah, it's a black cat. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Russian blue. Like, I never had that. That was a lie. Someone just swatted me. Someone iced me.
Mm.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Carl could be kidnapped by ghosts, so we don't need to like put any effort in trying to find our missing friend. It's probably just ghosts. Ghosts took him.
Hocus pocus jocus.
Yep.
Hocus nocus.
All right, Leo, go for it.
Do they lock their fucking windows? Break one of those shits out. Double jump that sucker.
Nah, they're just really rich and just like, hey, thieves and meth heads, just come on in. We got cool stuff in here.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like a sign that's just like free crap from the rich folks.
Especially that Brian guy.
Especially that Brian guy. Yeah, totally. Like totally. What?
What? Leo growls.
It's not like we're breaking in. I'm only trying to kick open the fucking door.
And I'm screaming at the owner.
TJ's ears pin back, a frown on his face. The wolf puts his paw on his forehead, closing his eyes.
God damn it, stop being such a pussy. No. Sorry. I think he's just asleep. And it shouldn't be too hard to get in there and wake him up.
This sounds like such a fun party. I mean, dude, like, man, this sounds like so much fun. Like, they're totally like doing the right call here. Like, if I was feeling down and depressed and socially isolated, man, this would cure all my ills.
Oh yeah. It's like all your friends just come and they kick open your bedroom door. Like all your friends are standing there staring at you.
We're going to kidnap you and take you to Chuck E. Cheese.
They just drag him out by his horns as he kicks and screams.
No, I want to get high.
Carl's just laying there. He's like got the cover covering up his entire body so they don't see his cross-dressing fetish. He's like, no, thief.
No, don't uncover me. Sorry, go.
No.
Only Flynn was supposed to see this.
I look over at the side of the house and see a window well. I point at it.
What about that? I mean, I'll just point. Like, what about that tree? What about like those stones?
I'm gonna point at my friends.
Yeah, what about that rock?
What about that Gia? What about that cat? What about that wolf?
Why don't we just use Flynn? I mean, someone grab one arm, somebody grab the other arm, someone hold both his legs.
Yeah,
just use the battering ram.
No, how about
he is 6'7".
Crazy idea. What about that car? That car could open the door easy.
Okay, can I just go on a small aside?
The entire house is shakes, and Carl's like, "What the fuck?" Like, Carl, we broke in. Happy birthday!
Sorry about your front door and your front everything.
They opened the front of your house for you. You're welcome.
You have a new window.
Too small, kind of like Flynn. Ha ha ha.
Kaiser, I believe you wanted to go on an aside.
Yeah. Speaking about crashing cars into places, have you guys heard of a Netflix show called I Think You Should Leave? It's like a sketch comedy show where they just like open on someone in like a hot dog car just ran into like a tailor shop, and then like everyone's looking around like, who could have possibly done it? And then they like pan over and you see a guy in a hot dog costume and he's just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anybody of us could have done it. I mean, why would anybody point fingers at me? Clearly it was Bob over here.
Oh, did you say an
And
Oscar
that's the point
Mayer?
of the sketch.
Did you say
Yeah,
like an
it's-
Oscar
yeah,
Mayer
one of those.
wiener like car like broke through the
Mhm.
door?
Yep. And it's just like anybody could have done it. I mean, why don't we all just close our eyes? Someone can confess and we just move on. It clearly wasn't me. The guy in the hot dog costume.
Yeah. I could probably fit.
Yeah, you could, baby. Sorry.
Freezing.
She hops off the front porch and crouches down next to the window, pushing at it. Wait, there's a security sticker here.
Well, you gotta arm it first. And Carl's such a lazy ass. I know he didn't. Plus, I've done this before.
I mean, it's how I get in there for all that secret Carl time that I'm always needing.
Usually
Yeah,
I go
Flynn's
in.
able to.
Usually I
Flynn's
go
able
in
to-
through the back door. By the way, just so you know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, TJ, you should get involved.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. You're implying Flynn's a top? That what bizarro universe are you living in?
This
Going
one.
into that side, man, that's kind of like docking. I don't think I could do that.
I'm living in this one. There you go. Sides, if we set it off, we can just run. It's not like they'll show up anytime soon.
Jenna hesitates, then Jenna hesitates, then pushes out the window again, but it doesn't budge. Locked.
Let's try the one above it.
That's too high.
I'll boost you
Like
up.
Carl.
Just like Carl. I think this is going too far. I mean, I could fit too, but does anyone really want me penetrating them?
Leo ignores him and stands next to the window before making a platform for Jenna's foot with his paws. He looks at TJ and says, "Well, if you were an otter."
Yeah.
Steadying herself with her paws against the wall of the house, Leo easily lifts Jenna and she manages to grab the ledge.
Fucking hell. This is so fucking stupid.
Flynn mutters next to me, but I ignore him. Jenna pushes against the window and it glides open easily.
Yes. Now, I'm gonna boost you all the way up. Hold on. I'm gonna throw you like you are a football.
You know, I just imagined that Leo's just like, yes!
Yes!
Like, yes, queen.
Yeah, as soon as he was on the
Yes!
football, he changed over to cheerleading.
I'm going to
He's
lift
too
you
big
up
to
doing
fit,
my
right?
little pom-pom dance.
just got like-
J-E-N-N-A, what's the spell? Gin, no!
I just imagine that Leo's holding 2 engine blocks. He's like, you can do. You know, like 2 to 300 pound engine blocks.
And they're sparkling, and they're sparking
Yeah.
all over, kind of like sparklers. Yes!
Someone's going to draw that at some point. It's going to look ridiculous and be hilarious. Careful! Like there's some kind of cheerleading duo, Leo shoves Jenna all the way up with one paw and she disappears through the window. Her bush tail is the last thing we see until she pokes her head back through. Kitchen. I fell in the sink.
And the garbage disposal just starts going.
I was gonna say that you just like you hear like this thump and then immediately screams and she's like, kitchen, I fell in the garbage disposal, and she holds out a stump.
Yeah, you just see like both her legs pop out the window and start like twitching and slowly going inside.
Well, that's the thing about legs. You got 2 of them. You don't, you got a spare.
No, I think she
And
would like
Jenna
fall on
would-
her hand or something. But I fell in the sink, and it just holds out this stump. It's like half her fingers are gone.
And Jenna was never seen again.
And she's
But
like,
Carl had an infinite supply of ground beef somehow.
like Carl the cannibal.
Carl just makes tacos forever.
It's like, I'm no longer an herbivore. I have awakened a beast.
Tacos. Fitting tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Oh, I can see that joke
It's
though.
pretty good. I mean, I'm not.
I
gonna lie.
mean, yeah, I don't know if tacos are Flynn's thing though. All right, Leo, go for it. I mean, Flynn's more into peaches, right?
Oh, no.
Peaches and maybe eggplants.
No, I think he's more of a hot dog man.
Yeah, he's a hot dog man. I like him.
All right, Leo, go for it.
Thick. Great. Now, unlock the door.
She disappears again, and we make our way back to the front door.
Leo, you're fucking crazy. If you don't shut your fucking mouth, Flynn, I'll kick you right in your vag. Sound good? Jesus, calm your... It's...
Leo turns on him, one foot in front of the other. Flynn shuts up. TJ's eyes are wide, even though he's staring down at the steps. I want to put my arm around him. Finally, we hear the door rattle and it opens. I called his name, but he didn't answer.
Well, he's gotta be here. It's not like he can go anywhere. Or would want to.
Carl's house is as massive and immaculate as I remember it. It is a mansion, after all. Maybe less immaculate than I remember. There are a few wrappers and pizza boxes on the marble counter. I assume that's because Carl's parents aren't here to tell him not to be a slob. Flynn immediately heads up the stairs. It's almost like he knows exactly where to go and does it on a regular basis.
Yo, fuck Carl.
Did you almost say yo fuck, buddy?
Yeah.
So we keep making allusions to Flynn being a bottom. So it's just like, does he secretly call Carl daddy or something?
Well, it's not so much illusions, because the game kind of really confirms it very graphically.
So that means that Flynn is a power bottom.
And, he takes them 3 at a time.
And Carl is like a surface top or something? I
have to reread benefits.
I set the bag down on the table, and TJ sets the cake there too. I look over at him.
You all right? Breaking and entering. I know you're used to a life of crime, TJ. I mean, I've seen your man cave full of all your stolen booty.
Residential burglary? What could go wrong?
I'm kind of thinking that Carl is simply Flynn's mount of convenience. I'm good. Why?
Just asking, as the emotionally most fragile character here, and us doing, again, illegal things for really no good reason. Why you might crumble for some reason.
I rub the back of my head, trying to think of how to bring it up.
What is it?
Jaundice. I mean, she was looking extra yellow on the road, and I don't just mean because of the piss. Although that might explain it. She was just so full. She could not make it another few feet.
Oh yeah, I've got this yellow patch on my arm too. Look.
Ugh.
I know, it's oozing.
I recoil in disgust, but then feel strangely compelled to look. No.
To lick.
That's a different kink. I don't think there's a hanky for that one.
I don't think there is. What is this, like the priest from Blasphemous?
This is suddenly Warhammer 40k.
they just lick sores for some reason.
Yeah, TJ's just a sin eater. He's just going to eat all the group sins.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it, narrator.
TJ mirrors my pose, rubbing behind his own head.
I'm actually really worried about her.
I mean, should we go? We've been here a whole 5 seconds after breaking in. I think it might be a little gauche to cut out this quick, but rules, etiquette. Who cares?
EJ looks at me, surprised, after holding all of Carl's parents, specifically his mother's jewelry.
Of course, especially now. We need to make sure she's okay. Jaundice is a serious medical condition.
And take this shit to a pawn stop.
You know, good thing they're both on the same road. So, 2-for-1 deal. Let's just get loaded up and go.
Right next door.
yeah. It's just the rat guy's place. Look, that's just the
No.
shop.
It's Clint's broke down house that he's just doing illegal. He's just practicing medicine.
Yeah.
Clint's brand medicine.
Yeah.
Come on now,
Actually, Clint is the town fence, so he's actually got like a sign out front that says Clint's fencing.
And Brian's like, "Ooh, I'll take all that off of you."
Beats it out of him.
Oh yeah, maybe we should. I mean, the beating of Clint. That's what I was referring to. Maybe we should do that. Come on, TJ. Violence is fun.
No, that just sounds like a movie. The Beating of Clint.
It sounds like something Monty Python would write.
And now for something completely different.
Ow, 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 ow.
Well, blessed are the meth makers, What can you do?
Every crack rock is sacred.
Every tile is fun.
I actually don't feel like we need to do that at all, considering she's probably just really, really high. I was going to suggest that we could at least postpone the visit until tomorrow, so she had time to come down. But TJ's shock at my suggestion has me holding my tongue for now.
Just you check in the back. TJ, downstairs.
Leo barks at us before hustling past towards the hallway.
Okay, that's just an anti-canine slur. Okay, we bark proudly. Like, just be like, just because he's a wolf, he has to bark now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, at least he's not a fox. He'd just be like...
Well, I mean, what does the fox say?
Yeah, I was going to say, what does the fox say? Yeah, because or people say I hiss or I sound hissy, and I'm like, no, I don't do that. I just scratch. I'm a very silent cat.
Like? Well, unless your name's Murdoch, and then the answer is just more, Samuel, more.
Oh yes.
What does Fenrir say?
We both look at each other before I shrug and head for the back door. I stare at the glass window on the door for a while, wondering why Carl would even be out there. The old play set with the swing is gone, and so is the tree house that used to be in one of the two trees. Carl broke it last summer as he climbed into it.
Right,
the branch near the base of the tree that we used as a step has been cut away too. Carl and I used to play up in that treehouse all the time when we were younger. I open the door and step out onto the concrete steps. I feel a pang of sadness seeing it gone. I had a lot of memories up there. I remember the day when we started building it. I mean, Carl's dad had built the base of it, but left the rest up to us. Duke, the old weasel, had a pile of random junk in his backyard, and he gave us permission to take from it as long as we cleaned it all up. I'd told TJ that if we cleaned up the pile, my dad would take us to the movies that night. We pretended to help clean up, even though we were just taking what we wanted for the treehouse. We hauled it away in a wagon, telling TJ that we were taking it to the corner for recycling or something, and that he should keep going. Of course, we didn't go back. I don't know why he I didn't know why we thought we'd get away with that. Apparently, TJ was there for more than 3 hours before Duke came out and found out what had happened. I was grounded for the longest that I'd ever been. I cringe and close my eyes, face getting hot at the memory of being forced to apologize to TJ.
Okay, seriously, how much ennui do you have to have that you're getting nostalgic as a 21-year-old? Like, remember, like he's only 21, and like he's acting like old, like an old man, be like, "Yeah, I remember back in the old days
I remember when I was 5.
jackass.
When I was a toddler.
when I was a sperm. I remember how it used to be." Also, I'm pretty sure. Also, it's weird hearing Duke like mentioned as like a person instead of just the deranged meth head.
Well,
Well, I
they,
mean, you
they
know-
did mention that in Leo's route too. It was kind of like, oh, I vaguely remember him when I was a kid, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is reinforcing that. He used to be not a meth head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure this is pre-meth, yeah. But still,
And,
it's
like-
weird hearing him like that.
Yeah, like Duke was married for a little bit, and he was. I mean, from the sound of it, it was actually kind of an okay guy. And then things went
But then
wrong.
he met Brian.
Then he met Brian. This is very true.
When Duke met Brian.
Go
That's
for
my
it,
new
Chase.
slash fic that I'm going to be writing. Everyone check, fandom of our own or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called.
When,
Fanfiction.net or something.
when Duke
Yeah.
doesn't smoke.
Archive of our own. That was it.
Hmm.
All right. Fucking asshole. Which is, as a gay man, my favorite pastime. So I don't know why I'm saying it in a pejorative term.
I mumbled it to myself. We were especially cruel to TJ those couple of years. It was probably because of the age difference. Me and Carl had been 10, TJ was 8. For some reason, 2 years feels like 2 decades when you're that old. Still, there isn't really an excuse for how shitty I was to him. Even after that happened, we never lit him up into the treehouse. I was a really shitty kid, but I know TJ doesn't hold it against me. Still,
To be fair,
Yeah,
sorry.
still
It's
the
one of-
idea of taking advantage of TJ's trusting nature is just so terrible. Go for it.
Well, there's a very good reason why they shouldn't let him up there. You can't let a cat get stuck in a tree. I mean, let's think this through logically now.
Yeah, and on top of that, you'll have to call in the fire department. TJ will be
Superman show
traumatized.
up.
Yeah, you know.
You know what? As a cat, I can say, you know, it would be a lot easier to get get a cat out of the tree than waiting for the tide to come in to get the otter out of the tree. Oh, burn!
Yeah, but you see, this is also Echo. So their way of getting a cat out of a tree is they pick up rocks and just start chucking them at them because they're just too lazy.
That's probably true.
Probably. Like, get out of the tree, cat.
Yeah,
I
you should
s-
really see how long Clint was stuck up a tree. I mean, he was there forever.
That's kind of why he's got
As
all
we
the
saw in Leo's
patches.
route.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Well,
true.
'cause I guess he was dangling under a tree. Never mind.
But that's because a bear put him up there as prey or something.
I sigh, giving the rest of the yard a cursory glance, even though I know Carl's not out here. I'm a little worried, but I'm sure that there's some sort of explanation for where he's gone. I turn back around, deciding to help with the search inside. That's when I see a flash of a fat orange and gray tail disappearing down down the downstairs steps. I blink. Jenna walks past. I'm going to go look in the garage. I don't think he's even in the house, though.
No, okay.
As
I mean, he
Jenna,
clearly disappeared into fat air.
as Jenna heads for the garage door, I head for the stairs. The cool air wafting up from the dark hallway ahead. The dark hallway ahead of me is is a marked contrast to the heat from outside. I fan out my shirt a bit as I look at the multiple doors lining the hallway. The only open one is at the end of the hall, though, and I can hear a low voice coming from it. It's Flynn's for sure. As I pad up to the opening, I can start to make out some of what he's saying.
But I just wanted to let you know that I'm not mad at you, okay? I mean, whatever.
I don't hear a response as I stand just outside the door. From here, all I can see is a few cardboard boxes and a neatly made bed that probably hasn't been touched in years. A guest storage room.
Come on, man, I'm trying. I was mad yesterday, and I shouldn't have fucking sent that.
Flynn's voice comes from further into the room on my left. I grit my teeth, wavering between going in now or just hoping for the best and letting it play out.
I need to go. I was just trying to figure out. Don't.
I hear some rustling in the room, and that's when I realize that I have to step in. I hold on to the door frame as I poke my head in. Flynn has TJ backed up against what looks like a door to a closet. TJ is cowering in the corner while Flynn has a hand on the lynx's shoulder, grabbing onto the fabric of his shirt. TJ's ears are pinned flat against his head as he's looking up at Flynn with a grimace. Then his eyes flick to mine as he notices me.
Let me talk for a sec.
Flynn notices TJ staring over his shoulder and he jerks his head in my direction. The second he sees me, his hand drops away from TJ's shoulder. We stare at each other for a few seconds, and I swallow loudly.
You know, it sounds almost like Flynn's gonna force TJ into the closet. Like, how funny of a scene would that be? How ironic.
I think TJ just left.
Isn't it ironic?
But like, no, TJ, get in this closet. You're not allowed.
I'm gonna become your surrogate mother now.
You guys find Carl? You know, the thing we were supposed to be doing? Missing people, you know, who cares? It's Echo.
My question sounds all the more stupid in the dead silence that follows. Flynn's gaze drifts to the wall over TJ's head, where he stares coldly for a few seconds, his jaw working furiously. I start to worry that he's summoning up another one of his tantrums. Instead, after about 5 seconds, he turns on his heels and stalks out of the room. I have to move out of the way as he brushes past me. When I look back into the room, TJ's already moved to stand in front of the mirror on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's the pussiest of them all?
He's the tiniest twink of them all.
He straightens out his shirt, then vigorously combs the fur on his face. He does a weird back and forth on his cheek ruffs, with one of his hands, even though they look fine to me.
TJ, what did you do?
Hmm?
TJ snaps his head in my direction, one of his ears twitching.
Are you okay? You know, being accosted while we were doing illegal things and our friends missing. You know, you should be emotionally healthy right now. This is weird and strange.
I'm okay.
I'm okay! TJ says it fast and loud, giving his shirt one last tug.
Let's keep looking for Carl.
He makes a point of looking around the room.
I don't think he's here.
As he moves past me to leave the room, I grab his arm. He jumps and looks back at me, eyes wide. I quickly let him go, realizing just how closely I'm mimicking what Flynn had done just a moment ago.
Like, yeah, I was like thinking, aren't you acting just like fucking Flynn right now?
Do you want to talk? Or maybe we should look in this closet, because Carl's not out yet. Maybe he is in the closet. We should check closets.
Were you going to ask if I want to get the fuck out of here? Because that's what I would like to do right now.
Yeah, asshole.
Bitch. Fucking otter. Reptile fucking otter. Like, no.
I blink in surprise.
No, I don't want to talk about it. Sorry.
His ears are down again, like he's looking at the floor.
Let's just keep looking.
He turns away again, but I feel like I should say something more. I want to make him feel better. Get him away from Flynn.
Do you want to go for a walk or something? Not looking for Carl, the thing you have said repeatedly you want to do?
Come on, TJ. Do you want to go for walkies? Walkies.
Only if you got a harness.
Cats love walkies.
TJ turns back around to stare at me questioningly.
I mean, to keep looking for Carl, my best friend, someone I should be worried about. He's not in the house. Maybe he went somewhere in town. Carl, the physically fit one that loves walking, especially in heat, with his wool, and then wears a hoodie on top of that.
And really enjoys hikes in the mountains.
He's going up for a jog, don't you guys know?
Oh, that could be a good idea. We should tell Leo.
TJ nods in understanding, the distressed look melting off his face. I feel a surge of relief at having been able to distract TJ, and now I want to keep that going. Luckily, we don't see Flynn on the way out. A distracted and frustrated Leo quickly waves us off as he continues to search in the ground floor bedrooms.
Probably got high and passed out somewhere.
He mutters absent-mindedly as we head out the door. I immediately realize what a bad idea it was when I step out into the sun. TJ, on the other hand, brightens up the second we step out of the mansion. That, at least, makes me feel a little bit better. We walk in silence for the first few minutes, looking at the rolling hills and mountains, cactus and sagebush. It's one of those days where I'm not sure if the heat is worse coming from the sun above me or the baking black asphalt under my feet.
How is school going for you?
I blink out of the burning alive trance and try to focus on the question.
It was just clicking off in my brain that their excuse for why they can't find Carl, according to Leo, is he just got super high and passed out somewhere. Like, that's super troubling behavior, and as friends, you should definitely prioritize trying to find someone you think is just out of their mind on drugs and passed out in a weird place. Like, that's super bad if you do that. Like, I enjoy some 420, but if I were so high that I end up in, I don't get up and then go, wandering the streets of my town and just fall over, passed out, that's very bad.
Yeah, that's where you know you've had a bit too much.
All right. Oh, it's okay. Just kind of tedious,
At the same time, I get a pang of panic realizing how much work still needs to be done on my project. I'm able to convince myself that I still have half the week. I'll figure something out.
What about you? We're at Bible Olympics College. Did you learn about the Lord and sports? Because the Lord forbids most sports. It's in games of chance.
Yeah, it's great. I learned about the holy ring toss. And the holy hand
Athletic training,
grenade.
right?
Yeah, the holy hand grenade.
Of Antioch.
Yeah, but it doesn't even work on a bunny.
You just have to remember to spin 4 times. 3. Oh, that's right. This random voice just said 3.
1, 2, 5, 4, 4. Hit. All right, Chase, go for it.
Athletic training, right?
Yep.
So what do you do? So what exactly do you do? Train people for sports? You know, the thing that's in the title, so that would be the most logical thing.
DJ laughs.
Well, it's more to do with injuries, recognizing them, preventing them, treating them if I can, and causing them sometimes.
Yeah, so TJ's trying to become the white mage of the party. He's like, let me cast cure on you, Chase.
And harm sometimes.
Well, you know, you got to have your holy spell, maybe some arrow. I don't know. I didn't know that's what you want to do. So you're like a doctor or something? Dr. TJ.
Nurse CJ.
Works with House.
More like
Nurse
nurse.
TJ.
Yeah.
House and TJ together at last.
Hell yeah. He laughs again, but like always, TJ is able to do it in a way that you know he's not laughing at you.
Definitely not. That would be really hard. I guess you could say an athletic trainer is a healthcare professional.
So, like, doctor adjacent. So, like, I wasn't wrong. I am Chase. I must be correct at all things, TJ. Learn your place. All right, cool.
I try to keep from panting.
I thought you could have been more like into coaching or something. You like sports. That's all my knowledge of sports. You either play them or you coach them. There are no other jobs, positions, or roles around sports. Behold, I am Chase Hunter.
TJ shakes his head.
No, I'd be terrible at that. I can't yell at people all day. I'd have to be like an owner or something, but I'm fucking broke. Is there even a degree for coaching?
Okay, for real, TJ, you're going to a sports college. You should know that absolutely is a thing.
That's true. It's like you're in the program. I think you should know like what degree or what you're literally trying to get.
Like that should be like on the letterhead above, you know, or on the list of, you know, majors above sports medicine.
Yeah, that should literally be like step 1, determining what you want to graduate in, like get what degree. You're like, oh, I want to get a degree in coaching. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but the Lord forbids coaching. I forgot that part of the Bible, so, you know, you can't do that at Christian college. I guess, you know, behold my depth of knowledge of Christian colleges. I think most people that want to coach just get like a teaching degree in history so they can teach.
I make air quotes.
Because all I know is high school level coaching. At high school, while also coaching, they teach to coach.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
how
no
it
one
was
just
at
gets
our
a teaching
school.
degree because of the love of the game. Oh, sorry.
Bad dog, scratch.
Oh.
Okay, go for it, narrator.
Oh yeah, that's how it was at our school. I step on a particularly sharp rock and bite my lip to keep from yelping.
I really just wanted to do something involving athletics. Oh, hey, you just hurt your foot. Let me do my healthcare professional stuff on you.
Yeah.
Lay down on the hot sun.
he just Sparta's Chase onto his back. I'm like,
oh, great. A
Treats the
healthcare
wound.
opportunity. This is my turn. Bunk.
It's like, Chase, get on the table. I need to operate. Now turn your head and cough, Chase.
Now let's make sure these are the right size. Yep,
You
they're
know, I
about the right
studied fire
size.
physiology. Do you like it? The whole athletic training thing?
Yeah, well, it is my first year, so who knows? But I think I do. I don't really know myself. Self-awareness is not something I've developed as an individual. It's been blocked by my church.
Well, that is the path to the devil.
That's right.
So you like helping people? You know, the thing we're literally about to go do?
That, and I just like sports. Like, really, I could have just been a commentator, but I don't have like a good way with words like you do. Ew.
PJ's quiet for a second after saying ooh and do a bunch.
It probably sounds silly, but it seems to make life seem more simple.
And that's what TJ wants, to be a simpleton. But sports?
That's why I vote red. Yay!
Like my shirt.
Because my mom tells me to.
Yeah, I don't have an ounce of like self-determination at all. The Bible says so.
I mean, if you look at my name is in blue. Therefore, you know who I'd vote for.
Yeah, or exercising. There's a goal and something in your way, like the other team, or a big hill.
PJ kicks a pebble up from the ground and catches it on the top of his foot before launching it down the road.
And your only job is to get around that to get to your goal.
The lynx laughs.
I could have joined the military. But I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, my goal right now, Chase, is your booty. I won't get it. Think it does? I kind of like that with video games, I guess.
I can see that.
I tried to kick a pebble up on the top of my foot like TJ did, but I just ended up kicking it off to the side of the road.
How did you do that? You know, basic hacky sack abilities. Clearly, you're a genius of physical dexterity.
You mean basic motor function?
Well, apparently Chase doesn't have that, so, you know, I guess that would be impressive.
Wow, you have basic dexterity.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, I just got lucky that time. Usually it doesn't work. I am on the soccer team, though.
Yeah, looking back at Leo's route, it's like, oh yeah, why am I dominating like everybody with like one paw on the, you know, I only need like one paw on the ground. You know, honestly, that would have been fair. Like TJ's just hopping around, like one, you know, like his other leg is just like tied up,
Remember when we were
and
younger
he
and
still wins.
Remember when we were younger and there was that lady who was talking to us about trying to give us some like Aesop about a kid who played soccer, and like every single time she brought him up, we'd just be like, "Yeah, and he got socked." She'd be like, "No, stop it." I think about how I didn't even bother trying out for my school's swim team for honors. I already know how mediocre I was.
But I also just like being on the side of the field with all the cheering and lights. It's fun. Really, pom-poms really match my my side fur, don't you think?
Yeah, and this
Also,
outfit.
Also, cheerleading is a part of the athletics program, so he could do that. But again, clearly this game was written by gay men because they don't know anything about sports, which I concur with.
As we continue down the road, we walk past the charred foundations of an old trailer. I sort of look at DJ and imagine him now in a cheerleading outfit, thinking how weird he would look.
Or hot.
While the brush is mostly grown back, scorched earth and black sagebrush skeletons still remain. At the moment, the plug that TJ had at the moment.
Plug.
At that moment, my phone goes off and I pull it out, having to cut my hand over the top so I can see the screen under the bright sun. It's a Leo from text. It's a text from Leo.
Inbound.
That's a service dyslexia for you.
Fall team. Hey, now we hit for like the next few lines. We just have to read it like the sheriff of Rottingham from Men in Tights. Don't hey him.
Yeah, just have all the Yoda speak.
Hey, Carl, they found. Found Carl, they did.
Oh, where?
Hey, they found Carl. He didn't say, just that they found him. The thing again, I should be worried about my best friend, but Twink. I have cute Twink to myself.
Well, that's great.
Yeah?
I smile as a little ball of tension in my chest that I didn't even know was there dissipates. That's great. Where is he? I look back over my shoulder at the mansion, resting at the base of the mountains, the distance and heat making it hazy. I really don't want to walk all the way back.
Maybe he just took a walk like us and just got back.
Received a Leo from text. Alright, go for it, Chase. Maybe. My phone buzzes in my hand as I get another response from Leo.
No party. Carl isn't feeling good. Not after I kicked his ass.
I frown.
What?
Said Carl isn't feeling good, so there's not going to be a party?
Oh. Well, good thing I'm a healthcare professional. Let's go see.
TJ looks back at the mansion with me, airing out his shirt with both hands while he does. As much as it sucked for me to be under this sun, it's always worse for TJ with that thick fur. I copy him, airing out my own shirt, starting to feel subconscious again about my musk.
Should we head back? I hope he's okay.
I think about all the shitty tension going on back there and grimace. I don't know. We could do something else? TJ appears to think, his hands on his hips. Then his face lights up.
Hey, Jaundic's house is right down the road. We can get a head start on the walk. Or the work.
Oh?
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'd almost forgotten about that. Well, I definitely planned to go. I didn't want to now, not under this heat. TJ jumps in place like he's warming up for a game.
It'll feel good to do something after sitting around all day. I'm just raring to go. It helps me air out or some shit.
I stare at TJ, absolutely baffled by his enthusiasm.
What? It's a cat thing.
I mean, well, first of all, it's work. I mean, I don't want to work. I just want to sit here and bang on my drums all day. And second, aren't you worried that she's going to be when we get there? How she's going to be when we get there? You know,
I,
high.
s- I stare down the road at the approximate spot where we'd just seen her an hour ago. She's not there now, obviously, but the memory still sends chills up my spine.
Well, I want to make sure she's okay, too.
You know, that memory of just seeing someone peeing in public. It's frightening me. It's just like, I can't possibly. It's like I got the chills. Is this the horror section already?
She's just squatting on the side of the road. Ugh.
Menacingly.
TJ's like, oh, I've studied all this. I know what that all looks like, but oh.
We should do church psychology, church counseling.
Just imagine his church textbooks. It just has a censor bar over everything that he's supposed to learn about. There's
Yeah.
entire pages of the book that just have black paint on them.
Yeah. The only words that you see are at, a, the.
Like, and then this is where, you know, Eve ate the apple and now they're all cursed. You see, women are just full of demons. If you look at diagram 3.
Just shows a whole bunch of
I don't
snakes
know.
for
We should
limbs.
give her at least a couple hours to recover.
Mm-hmm. And this is what women look like underneath all of the makeup. It just shows Medusa.
And there's just like this cave that has like a sign above it that says shame.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chase, go for it.
I don't know. We should give her at least a couple hours to recover, because that's how drugs work, right? I mean, all drugs wear off, you know, within that time period.
DJ stops bouncing and rubs his arm.
Sorry, if you don't want to, I can just go alone.
I glare at him.
Oh, don't guilt me. You better use those eyes for other things, TJ. Yeah.
I'm not trying to be manipulative. I just don't want you to be mad at me.
I stretch, feeling sweat trickle down the sides of my face.
TJ, when I get mad at you, don't worry, I will smite your little twinkness. But till then, we could wait until evening at least.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
The disappointment on TJ's face is so obvious. There's no way he's not doing it on purpose. He even kind of looks like Kevin Sorbo in that one meme. He's disappointed!
Okay, what if she opens the door and she's still got her pants down? I mean, TJ, are you willing to see girly parts twice in one day? I don't think so.
TJ blanches.
Chase, it's almost like you're eager.
Well, you know, staying in a room with Jenna has got me questioning things. I'm just saying that's what could happen. There's no telling what she's on, even though I apparently know the exact time frame when she will be coming down from it.
Jaundice isn't like that. It's a disease.
So maybe she's having some sort of episode. If only we had someone in our crew that was studying psychology. Too bad that'll never happen. Everyone's
Never.
crazy here.
All the more reason to bring Jenna, to check on her. On Jaundice.
I rub my face.
Come on. And I do mean come. Come on, TJ. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I meant. Yeah.
It's fine. I can just go. You just go back and check on Carl. Just leave me alone. Just fuck
Yes,
off.
and the innocent Christian twink over to the drug user's house, unaccompanied and, completely, unarmed with any kind of emotional knowledge.
Hi,
Strict
I'm here
man.
to missionary to you.
My position is of the missionary.
TJ folds his arms and leans in closer.
Or maybe, she just had to pee.
He whispers the last few words like they're the worst cuss in the world. I snort and close my eyes.
Fine. I guess we can go get high with Jaundice. I mean, I was going to get high with my ram friend, but, he got too high and, randomly passed out somewhere, which we're not worrying about.
Jaundice is like, here, just take this needle and put it into the vein. I wipe the back of my hand across my forehead.
But if I have heat stroke, it's all on you, because the one thing that otters are known for is not being able to handle the heat. Anyway, no one Googled what African otters do to crocodiles. Don't. Especially not on your work computer.
I'm just assuming it's horrific now.
Oh yeah, a pack of otters versus crocodile, not gonna go the way you would think.
Oh gosh, don't say that. If you feel dizzy or sick, you're going inside. Plus, I don't have any water bottles to pour down your head.
The thought of sitting inside with Jaundice while I cool down is almost as unbearable as the thought of manual labor. Still, TJ looks happy, which is worth it, I guess.
Let's see.
Yeah, who was Jaundice again?
I was Jaundice. Hey, I gotta say, I didn't expect you two down here this early.
We follow the old coyote around the side of the house, weaving through the sagebush and tumbleweed.
It's a bit hot right now, but if you're feeling up to it. Yeah, we just didn't have much else to do today, other than hang out with a friend or check up on him after his THC overdose, Nothing else. And also, why are you still wearing your fucking, work shirt, Jaundice?
Jaundice, as far as I can tell, has been acting completely normal, except for wearing her work attire at home.
I mean, to be fair, they just got DoorDash there in Echo, so she has to be, ready to go to get those diner meals out at all times.
She's a very dedicated employee.
Very dedicated.
She's kind of like
the owner.
She's kind of like Flo from Progressive. She just always has everything on. She sleeps and bathes in that.
I at least expected her to be embarrassed knowing what she'd done in front of us. Assuming she remembered it at all. I'm fine with not ever bringing it up again, though, and I'm sure TJ feels the same way. Once we reach the back of Jaundice's house, I'm amazed to see a pile of tumbleweeds maybe 10 feet high against the house. The pile sticks out another 5 feet from the wall.
Whoa! I gave measurements of a wall of tumbleweeds. Behold my math.
Jaundice puts her hands on her hips, looking at the mess.
Whoa, it's right. Been a few years since I got around to doing this. Can't see out the back window anymore. Also, can't go pissing in front of my house. That's why I had to do it in the street.
Jaundice chuckles. TJ claps his hands and smiles.
That means we're going to be working in your piss garden. That's great.
TJ, new fetish unlocked.
This won't be hard at all.
For that one.
I feel like he's saying that for my sake. It's so hot, and I just want to lay down and die right here in the dirt.
Should be pretty quick. That's why I got another job.
The corner of my eye twitches. Jaundice turns to point out towards her backyard. Or at least what would be her backyard if there was a fence or something to separate it from the wilderness beyond.
You see that pile of wood there?
She indicates what is indeed a pile of old, crumbling wood.
Used to be a shed there. Been there for God knows how long. You boys wouldn't mind salvaging the good bits for firewood? Or you could even go off and make yourselves another treehouse.
Jaundice turns back to the small shack-like abode that is her house.
Or, you know, even better, you could just take all this shit and go put it over at Duke's house. Motherfucker got rid of his stuff. Don't know how. Should have talked to me. That bitch.
Once I got rid of it all just sort of ended up in my backyard for some reason.
Yeah, don't know how that happened. Go put it back. We'll have a little spat this way.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that
It's a
weird.
crotch tug of war.
Fuck that crackhead. He
Also-
gave me bad smokes.
Also go into Brian's house. Don't ask why.
Yeah.
I give TJ the dirtiest look I can while he helplessly tries to smile on for Jaundice. TJ's for Jaundice. She shields her eyes against the sun.
Wow, it's a real scorcher today. I'll have lemonade made in a few. I thought it said for once. Like, I'll have lemonade made in a few. Until then, just try not to die.
As long as it's not the
got something
Dennis the
yep.
Menace. As long as it's not Dennis the Menace lemonade, Jaundice, we should be fine.
Hey, John, this is tangy.
And with that, Jaundice heads back into the house, her heavy footsteps crunching through the brush. We're quiet for a few minutes, both staring at the pile of tumbleweeds.
She seems okay. Not like she's on like some kind of drug overdose or anything like you were thinking, asshole.
I crouch in the dirt, putting my heads. Is he Cerberus now? I crouch
Well,
in
you
the
gotta
dirt.
get up on the Hydra's back. I mean,
Chase the Cerberus.
I crouch in the dirt, putting my head in my hands. Go ahead, TJ.
I think she just had an embarrassing moment and acted awkward about it. I do it all the time. I'm over there pissing in the weeds at college.
Yeah, you know. TJ just squats down in the middle of the road and takes a dump right there.
I don't even
we're
bother
going through a
burying
drought.
it. I don't even bother burying it. You know, my parents just didn't raise me right.
I don't say anything.
Jace, are you okay? Do you need to go take a piss?
I shake my head silently.
It's not that bad. You can go do it over there.
He needs to move the story. He needs to move the plot forward. Chase needs to go take a piss.
Again, that's how Echo works. Pissing has the magical power to push the plot forward.
Do you need to advance the plot? Is your bladder full?
I sigh, deciding whether or not I'm actually gonna leave TJ when TJ then come back when it's not so hot. That's when I hear water running. I look up and see a grinning TJ standing at the corner of the house, holding up a green hose. Thank God it's a green hose. Water trickles out the metal capped end.
Thought I forgot about you and water? Remember, every 15 minutes at least.
Despite my bad mood, I can't help but smile a little at his continued enthusiasm. I stand up and walk over to the hose, taking it from TJ and letting the icy water run over my head while he looks on approvingly. I have to keep myself from moaning at how good it feels. Once I'm done, I look back at the pile of tumbleweeds.
Oh, yes, TJ, spank me, Daddy, with the hose. Beat me, Daddy. This in the voice of Angel Dust.
Oh yeah, beat me, Daddy. So now Chase is into impact play. He's getting so many more. He's getting so much more interesting.
He's getting so much character with our playthrough.
Instead of just being a completely like blank slate, it's like suddenly he's into a whole lot of things for some reason.
Well, college opened his eyes. Let's just say that.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, that's what liberalism is. Opens your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Although, to be fair, Chase has a good question here because they don't have like a truck or any way of hauling stuff. So, like, what are they doing with these tumbleweeds and like rotten wood? Like, are they just throwing them in the desert, or they're gonna set fire to them? They're gonna set fire to the building.
Well, tumbleweeds, you can probably just break them up, and then that'll compress them quite a bit, and then toss that out.
And then it becomes tinder, I guess.
Yeah, basically, it's just twigs.
Or you take all the twigs and just stab them into the ground, and you have like a tumbleweed forest.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we supposed to do with all these? He didn't tell us where to put them.
I have an idea, Chase. Bend over.
I was tempted to make a, take this, tumbleweed and shove it joke, but...
I need to inspect all of these glands that you keep talking about.
Yeah, we'll cure that we'll cure that musk problem you keep mentioning.
Yeah, TJ just has a shirt that's called Otter Body Inspector. He's part of the OBI because he's a teenage boy again.
Actually, he is a TJ boy. He is a teenage boy.
The TJ boy.
He's only 19 still.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We'll just throw them off to the side. The wind will take care of them. They'll put them over at Duke's house. Then we'll do this next time we come here. He'll blow into Jonas's house.
Dude, it's just like the next day, it's just Duke and he's in front of his house. He's like, damn it!
Yeah.
Why is all this shit keep showing up?
Yeah, it's just
like I live in a desert.
Yeah, it's just like a short, but it's from Duke's perspective. He opens his door and sits on his porch and looks out at the desert. It's just a wall of tumbleweeds. He's like, God damn it!
He opens his front door. Tumbleweeds shoot into his house. He's like, oh, not again!
No. It's going to be like Spy with Janice and Duke of what they do with their trash. So it just gets more and more over the top.
Well, no. I like the idea of like it's just a wall of tumbleweeds. As he opens his door, he's just like, huh? And he just lights a smoke. You see, just like from a distance, just.
You just see a tumbleweed explosion.
Yeah, you just see a little explosion.
No. Duke escalates it. So then he has like the meth boys help him push like his broken down like old 80s Trans Am and just like leaves it in her yard. Be like, oh, you thought tumbleweeds were fun. Have fun cleaning this up, Janice.
He's just like, dude, it's his band. Duke goes and gets his band, Duke and the Meth Boys, and then they clean it all up.
If anyone wants to make fan art of any of the crazy shit we're saying, I would love to see it.
So we set to work. Jaundice had at least 5 gloves for us, so we didn't have to worry about anything sharp going through our hands. I still get poked through my shirt, or even in the face if we pull one out. If we pull one out awkwardly. TJ, I can't help but notice, is a lot faster than I am. He's working at a quick and steady pace, not caring him at all when the tumbleweeds hit him in the face. I get a few more messages from Leo asking where we are. I tell him. When I tell him, he doesn't reply. Soon enough, I'm sweating buckets, dark circles forming under my arms and around my neck. 10 minutes in, and I have to take off my shirt, letting it hang on a rusty metal outcrop under the window. I notice TJ giving me sidelong glances after I do that. I grin at him.
Okay, I just want to say, like, that text message thing makes perfect sense because Leo's probably reading that and he's like, they're at Jaundice's house? Wait, is that Otter, like, just cheating on me? Because that's, like, the worst lie ever, Chase. At least you gotta, like, bring your A game if you're not gonna be giving me Wolfie time.
Just chokes TJ.
You
Like,
think my
"Nice,
true love?
Wait, what? Enjoying the show? Come on, TJ.
TJ
Look at my
jumps.
otterness. Look at these otter boobs, huh?
TJ jumps, scandalized.
And you hear the screen door open. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this show real good.
Mm-hmm.
They what? No.
TJ quickly looks away again, working faster than ever on the tumbleweeds, which are already half gone at this point. I notice that he's got some sweat stain patterns as I did.
Hey, you could take yours off too, TJ. It feels real good. You want to be a good boy, don't you? Who wants to be a good boy?
Come on, TJ.
I
Take
would
your shirt off.
really like to see you both shirtless. You know, if you're getting swamp ass, you know, you can always take those shorts off too.
Yeah. You can use my shower,
boys.
but there's a problem. My shower doesn't have a curtain because I live alone.
And I don't mind
bathroom
water
doesn't
getting
have a
on the
door
floor.
on it.
I don't
I was
mind
gonna say,
water
we got
getting
all
on the
water
floor.
damage, you know.
Yeah, water
Yeah.
damage.
Sorry.
And the bathroom doesn't have a door on it because I live alone. Don't mind me. I'm just going to sit here at this table.
She starts having a whistle like Herbert the pervert.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it would be catcalling at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
She's doing some cat calling and some otter calling. TJ stops and pants for a while, staring at the rest of the tumbleweeds.
I mean, might as well do it now. We still have a ton of morning wood to move. I mean, just regular wood to move. TJ, get that shirt off.
He puts his ears, and I can see him blushing.
Are you embarrassed? Don't you shower naked with dudes at school in like that steamy room with all your, you know, soccerness on you after you've gotten like a good sweat going and you're all like lithe and skinny because you're all running. You have runner's bod. No one has any meat on your bones.
Then don't you spend hours and hours with other guys in a sexual sauna?
That's for the Lord.
Well, yeah, but
Oh, what about butts?
TJ,
What?
I noticed TJ blushing again. TJ huffs and finally pulls his shirt off, forcing a smile as he goes to hang it up next to mine. I notice that he does it with crossed arms, the way girls do.
there, don't look at me. No, don't. No, there. Are you happy? Don't make me take anything else off.
Very happy, yeah.
Don't make me notice. Don't notice me.
Don't notice me. No.
Dude, what's with you being all weird and having your shirt off? Like, free the nip, dude. The nips need freedom.
Free the nips.
You were the same way this morning, although I get it because, you know, smelly, stupid girl was about. But, you know, free that nip.
TJ sighs.
I was trying not to make it weird, but you two were just staring at me when I opened the door, and my nipples got hard, and I felt awkward. Like, just get your attention off of me.
I laugh and TJ puts his hands on his hips.
Has a step to the right.
Just like, dude, it's just like an Indian movie for like a Bollywood movie. For some reason, like Jaundice, TJ, and Chase just start doing some sort of dance.
Start doing the time warp.
Yeah.
And you know, because it's a horror thing, it's like also there's spiders doing the time warp as well.
Yeah. It's like a scorpion doing the time warp in the sand next to them.
Yeah, that's when the Socket Man shows up and he has a dance number, you know.
Yeah. He's breakdancing in the back while they're time warping.
You can see the Socket Man on his head just spinning. Some cardboard down.
Yeah, the monster from the road just starts beatboxing. Give him a beat to dance to.
The best part is he can beatbox out of either of his empty eye sockets or his mouth.
He's just a subwoofer guy now.
Then Brian shows up and really just starts crumping and pumping, and
Mm-hmm.
he's popping and locking just all over the place.
No, he's just like these are really good to help it enhance the experience. He starts handing out samples.
And then Micah and Clint show up and they got to do classical dancing. They just do a waltz.
Mm-hmm.
And Leo's just in the background frowning about how he's all lonely now.
Leo's just in the back frowning because he's self-conscious, doesn't want to go dance. Chula might think he looks weird.
Well, you know, you can dance if you want to. I mean, you can leave your troubles behind. I mean,
Mhm.
but if you don't want to dance, you don't have to dance. We can. However, the rest of that song goes.
Dude, you're
I
no friend of
forgot it. I
mine.
forgot the lyrics halfway through.
You're like,
Mhm.
if you don't want to dance, you're no friend of mine.
That's right, Leo.
I
If
mean-
you don't want to dance, you're no boyfriend of mine.
You're no true love mine.
I mean, the way I was saying it, it was a very unsafe dance. What can I say?
All right, TJ, go for it.
Just remember that when we're done, we're going to have to check our torsos for ticks too.
You know, like the best superhero, the Tick. You know, and then he hangs out with Arthur, and you know, have fun.
There's a song that's called "I want to check you for ticks." it's a country song, so you know where that's going.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my oh yeah worked surprisingly well. That was actually the line.
Oh, yeah, okay. That dampens my spirits.
Like this hose. That just dampens me all down. Man, this sucks. TJ, let me show you a different way that those words could be used. Hmm?
TJ pants quietly for a few seconds.
It is a little hot. Which reminds me, it's time for another bath.
Well,
He grabs the
TJ,
hose.
I wasn't going to say it was hot, but then you took your shirt off. So you admit this was a bad idea. Behold, I, Chase, must always be correct in all my statements. TJ, learn your place. Like,
No.
I'll use your crucifix as a leaf, as a collar. There.
No, I mean, maybe, but at least we'll have the evening to do something once we finish, right? I mean, you have to go home and you have to go back to the motel and take a bath and change, or else everyone's going to smell you for, like, you know, from here to Peyton.
That's right, Chase, you're a smelly boy. He smiles at me hopefully. That does brighten my mood a little.
Want to go to the here by the logic of the game setup so far, no one should be running it, but you know.
TJ smile. TJ smiles before bending over towards the tumbleweed again. Bending at the waist, no less. Of course TJ would bend over like that.
With his tail in the air like it just don't care.
Yeah, sure. I was wanting to try the... Ah!
I'm sorry, TJ, they're all out of that. They sold out of it this morning.
Yeah, they're all out of. Arr!
Is that the Wagyu steak?
I jump a foot. I jump a foot in the air, almost falling into tumbleweeds.
Go, go, go!
TJ's off like a bullet, running away from the pile and in my direction. Confused, I jump out of his way, then follow him around the side of the house as I look at where he'd been standing. But I don't see anything. But his reaction is enough to get my fur standing up on the back of my neck. TJ comes to a stop in front of the house.
What the hell? What happened? But did you have a gay panic moment right now, TJ? Did it just click off in your brain?
I think it did. I finally catch up to him, panting under the heat. TJ's gasping, too, but probably more out of fear.
Tarantula!
A reflexive shiver runs up my body as I wring my hands out.
Oh my, how the turn have tabled on you, TJ. You thought it was so funny, but now look at you. No.
I'm suddenly very conscious. I'm suddenly very conscious of everything around me. All the little twigs and branches of the sagebush looking like spiders.
Are you sure? Because, there are other kinds of spiders in the world. I don't know why we only bring up the one, but there's black widows. I mean, there's brown recluses, silverfish. I mean, there's a lot of things to be scared of, TJ.
I mean, there's also the other thing that most tarantulas aren't poisonous to humans, and they don't actually want to bite you. They kind of just want to get away from you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, just sitting, they're also magic and do have poison, but
Yeah, more often than not, if they feel threatened, they're just going to like brush their back part of their body. I forget what it's called, the thorax, and try to knock hairs off that irritate your eyes and mucous membranes. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why TJ's all for be like, oh, hey, look, a tarantula. Brush with one of the, tumbleweeds I just picked up. Or if it's on the tumbleweed, just pick up that tumbleweed and like gently roll it away. Not hard.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, you can't really stomp them because they don't have shoes in this universe. Which I just clicked. That just clicked off in my brain. It's like you can't really like stomp, bugs.
But you can get like a stick or something and swat it.
Yeah, because you use all the bug goo in your paws.
Mm-hmm. Chase you, stick attack.
Super effective.
Yes. Yeah. I just love that. Are you sure? Yes.
Yeah, it's like
real happy.
Completely out of context voice acting. I love it. That'd be hilarious.
No, out of nowhere, TJ just pulls out a lighter and just like, I've unlocked fire mode. Let me burn things, Chase. Come on.
Whips out a lighter and some sort of like fur spray or something. Walks over. And Jonas's house is on fire. Oh no!
And Jonas doesn't even notice. She's too high. She's like, I guess it did get a little warm in here. I gotta check the air conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, not again.
TJ's voice is high-pitched and squeaky as he shakes his hands. He's laughing, but to himself nervously.
I was reaching down for another one, and when I touched it, it moved, and it was a giant freaking spider.
TJ must be really freaked out because I rarely hear him use that word. We both stand there for a minute, and TJ looks towards the back of the house again, biting his lip. There's something a bit off about the way he's acting, though. Maybe a little over-exaggerated. I narrow my eyes.
Is this another prank? Because even though that's really not in your character, TJ, Jen is the prankster, but I'll just assume it's that.
No, no, this rubber spider is real. Catch!
TJ looks back at me and shakes his head, his eyes wide.
It was right there. It's probably still there now.
Lurking, standing there, menacingly.
Just imagine, like, Jenna somehow knew and she put a rubber spider inside the tumbleweeds.
Dude, you better not be joking around with me on this. I'm gonna make the rest of today so much worse. I'm gonna punish you. I'm gonna punish you like a little dirty, bratty sub. Oh.
Turns out TJ's a brat. There's no erection without correction.
And then TJ just goes, "Oh yeah, punish me, daddy."
TJ is just angel dust. He shivers again, but I'm still suspicious. TJ could be a good actor when he wanted.
It was definitely a tarantula.
The front door suddenly opens and Jaundice pokes her head out.
Oh my stars! Where are these two handsome young men in my yard? Who are these two handsome young men in my yard?
So how you said stars just made me think that you were doing another Christopher Walken. Oh my stars! Who are these two handsome young men in my front yard?
Yeah, Janice has just got thirst mode unlocked.
Yeah.
Achievement gained.
The old coyote comes out, looking us up and down, especially TJ. The lynx notices and grips an arm across one of his hands. An arm with one of his hands, as if trying to cover her up under her gaze.
And that's what I'm all of that hollering. And that's and what's with all that hollering?
I
Why
found...
is Janice? Sorry.
God.
I was gonna say, why is Janice a coyote? Clearly, she's a cougar. Hey-o.
She's going after TJ. She's looking for some prey. She's on the prowl.
I frown at the old coyote's forwardness.
Stranger danger, TJ. Never mind what I was saying. Put that shirt back on. Danger.
I look at TJ, but he doesn't say anything.
TJ says he saw a tarantula. So spiders negate all sexiness, Janice. Just go back in the house. Do not look at my twinkle like that. He's mine. Mine.
Janice claps a paw to the side of her face.
Well, I'll be darned. A blonde? Maybe. I've never seen one before. Well, they're all over around here. You just never see them because they only come out at night.
You just never see them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you overpeaked your mic there, Daz.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I barely got to do that.
Well, they're all over around here. You just never see them because they only come out at night.
Janice shields her eyes again.
Janice?
Jaundice.
This time of day, it's way too hot for him. Was probably a huntsman. They're always on the prowl, just like me.
Just like those.
Steal Cinderella's heart. Oh no, Snow White's heart.
Just like those huntsman coyotes.
They're just. Never mind, go
They
ahead.
make a trap of tumbleweeds and then lure young men to come and clear it out for them. All this talk about spiders is making me want to just walk the fuck back to the motel right now.
It wasn't.
TJ mumbles next to me, but I don't think Jaundice hears him.
Just wanted you two to know that I made some lemonade, and I have some cookies in the oven, too. They're real special.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the lemonade associating more yellow things with jaundice. Just like, yeah, it's a weird motif we accidentally picked up.
Yeah, that's right.
It's in the text.
Oh, and you know, those cookies, they're lemon drops.
And I got some
TJ
lemon meringue pie cooling in the window.
Sugar cookies, yeah. That's what they are.
TJ forces a smile onto his face.
Oh, thank you, Jaundice.
She grins at him.
Oh, you are just the most adorable thing I ever did see.
She moves forward to pinch his cheek ruffs and somehow manages to stay smiling while she does it. Finally, Jaundice bustles back inside as I give TJ a long look. He throws his hands up in the air.
I'm not lying.
I can see him turning red under his fur, so I leave it for now. We look around for a while, but we can't find any trace of the spider. Getting back to work is difficult, and I keep jumping at the sight of anything long and spindly.
So every single
Which-
tumbleweed.
Pretty much. Which, when you're clearing out tumbleweeds, is everything.
Oh, there it is.
On top of that, I see several smaller spiders, and every time I do, I jump and run a few steps away before I try to shoo them off. TJ recovers a lot faster, though. Pretty soon he's tossing the tumbleweeds at the same pace he was earlier. This makes me even more suspicious. Anyway, it's not a bad sight. TJ way more in shape than I am, the tight muscles in his back easily standing out and gliding under the fur. I catch myself staring several times, and I'm pretty sure he does too. Once we're almost finished, I have to straighten up, push my hands into my lower back to make it crack.
Sore?
A little bit. We should have used more lube.
TJ tosses out one of the last tumbleweeds before walking up to my side.
Does it always hurt?
He puts a hand on my lower back and starts sliding it around.
Oh, yeah, TJ. Keep going. Yeah, TJ. Not really. Just when I'm bending over and stuff. Which, by the way, let me bend over some more for you, Teach. Want to see my muscle glands? Huh? Let me show you. Let me.
He's quiet for a moment, teasing through the fur on my back. I start to blush, but that's when he applies some pressure to a muscle. I grimace and arch. Well,
Wow.
go ahead.
Wow, that's stiff. It's almost
Crazy.
like I'm reaching into your pants.
Whoa.
Sorry, I've been watching too much Archer lately.
TJ pulls his other hand around the front of my body, and says something to the effect of, "Let me check this out, too."
See, they're already to the reach around phase. They grow up so fast.
He pushes on my abdominals. I hiss and...
Sorry, go ahead.
My
I
abductor
hiss.
muscles, really.
It's
I
Toby
hiss
Jack
and
Reacher.
I hiss and try to writhe away, but he puts a hand on my shoulder to hold me in place. He giggles.
Hold still for a second.
And then his other paw goes on my shoulder, and then I know what it's time for. Well, you're digging into me like that. Okay, phrasing. I know I'm using this joke too much like Archer did, but yeah, no, that's just phrasing. Owlie knew what he was doing.
That's because you're all tensed up. Just relax. This train's going to Browntown.
Now, the big question is, so the big question is, which one of them is more of a bottom? I tried to do
I'm
as he
guessing in this
says.
scenario, Chase is going to be the half the top. Like he's going to draw the sword straw. Like he's going to lose the coin flip and half the top.
I try to do as he says, even though it's extremely uncomfortable.
So, otters are known for having bad backs. Your lumbar is all fucked up.
That's why I need my special swing, TJ. That's how I can do this. I know, my dad can barely move these days. He can barely even call himself daddy anymore.
That's terrible. You should be able to speak. The back doesn't have anything to do with muscle with your jaws.
I shrug.
He still gets around. He just needs all his fentanyl. I mean, just a couple of those, some other opiates, and then he's just scooting around for like a little while.
Congratulations, Kaiser. You have just unlocked the achievement. It's called what was it called? Demonetization.
Well, considering how much the F word has come up, lately, like we're supposed to, change the entire world for that one drug, even though it barely comes over the border. But Trump just is like, nope, we're gonna ruin the world's economy for that.
Yep. TJ's like, yeah, so your dad just comes in, he gets a little itty bitty little thing on his finger, and then he can walk around like no problem.
Just needs his happy drug.
Yeah.
Like Stolas, he just needs bottles of happy pills.
Yeah.
He gets it from the slaughtering. Which you don't want to have to rely on. Slaughtering.
My shoulder bumps TJ's chest, and his long whiskers brush my ear.
Again, this sounds totally straight. This sounds so hetero.
Oh yeah, totally.
There's no undertones at all. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
And now, Chase, get on your back and let me hold your ankles. Let me put them over my shoulder.
It's the short legs and long back.
As a dachshund, I can attest that is true. That is a hazard. I mean, but rude? I mean, don't call dachshunds that. What's next? You're gonna call us sausage hounds? Because that's our word, okay? Only we get to use it.
Okay, wiener dog.
All right, TJ, go for it.
You have to bend over more than most of us. Keep a good posture and lift heavy things with your knees, even though you barely have any.
His fingers dance a bit lower before pulling back.
You'll thank yourself 20 years from now when you're not in constant pain. Just ask your dad.
I put both my hands on my back, feeling warm and a lot more loose.
Ooh, I'm feeling all loosey-goosey now, TJ. Let's go back to the no-tell motel and see how loosey we can both be. Hey, I actually do feel a little bit better. It's almost like the thing you're studying has positive effects for what you can do, TJ.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like the thing he specializes in.
Now drop your pants.
It's actually
Yes,
useful,
there,
yeah.
Mr. TJ.
I'm impressed with how much TJ knows about otters. Probably knows the same amount about all the other species, too.
Except for Jenna, because she's smelly girl. No foxes. You're really smart.
TJ ducks his head modestly.
No, I'm just repeating what I've learned. Like I completely memorized my textbooks. I have OCD and stuff.
I mean, I forget everything I learned within a week, making college completely useless. All my money's being wasted, and AI is going to replace my job in a few years as a journalist.
I do too sometimes. Just have to keep studying until it sticks. And, not be an idiot.
TJ looks around.
Actually, I really wish you could lay down somewhere. Then I could give you a real massage. Do you want to lay down on that spider-infested log we need to clean?
Yeah, again, this sounds so straight. I don't know what you guys are talking about. There's clearly no homosexuality in this visual novel at all. I
Yeah,
just don't know what you guys are talking about. I mean,
maybe.
other than it would be amazing.
I mean, maybe we should just go and ask Jaundice if we can lay down on like her couch or something, or if she can clear off her table and you can lay down on her table. You haven't met Brian yet and had your fun times with him, so this probably won't be horrifically traumatizing or anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah, with
Jaundice
his
will probably like the
invite-
view.
yeah, with his massage rack. That's what we're calling it.
Yeah, massage rack. He even has a mirror. You can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, you can see the relief just appear on your face.
It's and then you can even get like a school credit as applied work. Dang it, I can't think of the term. Work
Applied
study.
credit. Yeah, work
Mhm.
study. Yeah. It's an
Yeah,
just intern at Brian's.
Yeah. Jaundice won't mind if you just lay down on her table for a little while. She'll just be sitting there eating her lemon, drinking lemonade, eating lemon meringue pie,
Moaning to herself.
eating
Yeah,
lemon
just
drops.
don't mind where one of her paws went. Just don't ask.
Don't ask.
Why is there a
Don't-
pump? Why is
like-
there a loop? Like, where did that come from?
It's just like it's really hot inside, but for some reason she's wearing a blanket.
She's just practicing her DJing skills,
Yeah,
on a very small needle in somewhere. Hmm?
That would be amazing.
I could give you one tonight when we're back at the motel.
You sure? I mean, Jenna might be there. She might watch.
She might
And
get one too.
Why does that make it hotter? Shut up, TJ. I'm not having those thoughts.
Of course. I mean, I did sort of drag you out here.
The thought has me feeling warm, and not just in my back. Go for it, Chase.
That bad computer. Don't
go
worry
to-
about
don't
it.
worry.
I think I jumped
It's
ahead.
actually kind of nice. Haven't done work like this in a few years. Not a lot of landscaping jobs go with journalism.
It's true.
It's true. Aren't a whole lot of landscaper otters either. TJ smiles back at me.
Yeah, I would assume he's more into aquatic construction.
Mm-hmm. Otter, saturation diver.
Yeah, underwater welder.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wouldn't be too bad. He'd probably make a ton of fucking money.
Yeah, he'd
actually.
probably be great.
Well, except the
Especially-
life expectancy on that job is so insanely low. Like, it's not like a 2-year, average life expectancy because it's so crazy
Yeah.
dangerous.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's measured in months and not years sometimes. I had TJ go for it.
Is it? It is, isn't it?
He leans back and stretches, and I have to force myself to not stare at his arcing torso.
I think that's it for the tumbleweeds, though.
I look a little forlornly at the pile of boards. TJ follows my gaze and gives me a sympathetic smile.
Remember, with the knees.
TJ says brightly as he marches over to the pile.
Remember,
A huge-ass fucking tarantula jumps out and is like, "Ah!"
To be fair, Chase's knees should be pretty hardy after dating Leo. Hey-oh!
Well, that's part of why he has back problems. His torso is so long he has to, hunch over all the time.
Hey-oh.
We find out pretty quickly that, while there aren't many tarantulas, the ruins of the shed are infested with spiders. Several of them black widows. Because those are actually dangerous compared to blondes, TJ goes in to ask Jaundice for bug spray. I go back to water myself again with the hose, letting the freezing water run down the sides of my head and off my snout.
Is he refrigerating the water? I get the first couple squirts might be a little cold, but they've been out there a while with that hose and it's still freezing cold.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
What is
That's
she
going to
doing
be
with that?
that's going to be boiling hot water.
Exactly. Like, how is it cold water still?
Like at least what's currently in the hose is going to be boiling hot water. Like once it gets underground, then maybe then it will definitely cool down. But right now, it's boiling hot water. He puts it on. He sprays it easily. He's just like, ow, 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 ow.
Oh, it's like his fur starts melting off of his face.
Spiders. Why did it have to be spiders? Always with the spiders. Fucking everywhere.
I shiver
Hey,
again.
TJ, spiders. Very dangerous. You go first.
I'd been uptight ever since TJ had faked seeing that tarantula. I just having the mental image again of like TJ walking over to the boards and like a huge spider just jumping at like slow mo's. It's right towards his face.
Yeah, Shelob just happens to live in Janice's place. You know,
Yeah.
it saves on rent.
Yep. I stand back up, letting the water run down my back in front, sighing at how good it feels. I hear the front door open and shut and the sound of TJ's footsteps coming around the house. Looking back down at still running hose in my hand, I smirk. TJ did start this little prank war, so I don't feel too bad for what I'm about to do. I press myself up against the side of the house. I feel like this is gonna go horribly wrong.
Oh no, this plan sounds perfectly thought out and is going to be great.
Yep.
Especially with all the parentheses. You know that is just the mark of a good prank.
Mm-hmm. And it's just gonna like he's just gonna kink it, and then as soon as he sees someone, he's not gonna make sure it's the right color fur. He just lets go. I press myself up against the sides of the house, making sure that there aren't any spiders first. The second I see the lynx's foot stick out from the corner, I swing the hose up. My original intention had been to wet the front of his pants, so that it looked like he'd peed himself. Unfortunately, he's too far away from the house, and instead he's left staring at me while an arc of water falls short of him by a good 3 feet. He's holding stuff, but I don't take the time to see what it is before I press my thumb to the opening of the hose and send a spray right into TJ's face. TJ gasps like he just fell into ice water and stumbles back, almost tripping. I laugh.
Chase, what the heck?
I finally cut the stream of water, revealing a furiously blinking and dripping lynx. In one hand is a broom, and in the other is a plate of what probably used to be cookies.
Oh no.
They look kind of mushy now.
Ah, crap. I mean, normally I dip my cookies in milk, but this is, recycled water she's using for this hose. So, blur.
TJ drops the broom to examine his plate of cookies. He tips it to the side and lets a stream of murky, crumb-filled water slosh off the plate.
They smelled good too.
I walk over and take the plate from him.
Well, the ones on top aren't so bad. Come on, TJ. You want some tops. You want a top, right? Come on. Just a little bit soggy.
TJ wrinkles his nose. They use recycled water here. We've been pouring it over you all day. It's getting in your eyes, in your
It's
mouth.
gray water.
Yeah, that'll really help with the musk.
Mm.
Just throw them out into the desert. I'd feel bad if Jaundice saw.
I pick up a cookie and take a bite. It's a bit soggy on the surface, but it's warm and gooey in the center.
Recycled water cookie.
She even uses it in her actual cooking.
Blackwater cooking?
TJ looks at me in horror.
Chase!
What? I love recycled water. I love all water, TJ. I am an otter. Water always is good for me.
Yeah, don't you know? Like when you jump into the lake, you're basically jumping into recycled water.
What? This tastes freaking amazing. I'm gaslighting you, TJ. Look at this light. Do you see electricity? No, it's a gaslight, which is what I'm doing. So quit being so uptight and take a bite. Take it. I'm putting things in your mouth, TJ. This is training for later.
I'd take another bite.
Stop!
TJ,
Oh,
go
wow, I
for
thought I was making that up, but okay, forgot that it is irrigation water.
it.
Stop! What
I
if
thought I
that's
was being
irrigation
stupid.
water?
That makes me pause for a second, but I shrug. I swallowed water all the time when I swam in the lake. Oh, wait. That's Chase. Go for it, Chase.
I swallowed all the sorts of things, TJ. You have no idea. Sometimes it was even water when I used to swim in the lake.
When I swim with Leo, I swallow all sorts of things.
I wonder right after I say that if I shouldn't be mentioning the lake around TJ, but he just shakes his head, making his way around me.
If you start throwing up tonight, then we'll know why.
TJ, I'm going to go on like the hardest bender. I'm going to be drinking all of the booze. So there's no way A, bacteria like that could survive in my stomach, and B, I'm going to be throwing up anyway. So I am just going to gaslight you yet again, Doctor Boy. But then I'll have to, be like a wounded soldier that you'll have to take care of me, Doctor.
Dr. Lengths, Dr. Lengths.
I mean, you have to call House for, to get another diagnosis. That'll be wrong, and then by the episode, he'll figure it out.
And he'll beat you with his cane.
Well, TJ might be into caning. Who knows?
Who knows?
He likes impact play.
I don't know much about actually being sick.
He watches me anxiously as I take another bite.
Still, it's really good. Again, I'm gaslighting you. Taste the irrigation water, TJ. Take the things in your mouth.
Take the Blackwater cookies.
I point at the broom in the dirt.
I love that. Blackwater.
What's with the broom? It's not like we're doing yard work, and that would be a useful tool.
She wants us to sweep the desert clean.
Yeah, she wants us to
Sweet.
comb the desert. So I've got a giant afro pick like it's Spaceballs.
DJ bends down to pick it up.
Jaundice didn't have any bug spray, so she said to brush off the boards with this.
I groan.
I was thinking you could do the brushing and I'll do the lifting since your back is sore and your body sucks.
I groan.
Don't worry. Jaundice said if we get a bit to her. Wait, sorry. Don't worry.
Yeah, we get bit. Yeah.
Jaundice says if we get bit to let her know so she can take us to the hospital.
Surprisingly, she doesn't want a dead otter on her property, or does she? I mean, that's comforting. I mean, her willing to do the absolute most minimum thing she could possibly do after talking us into doing her yard work for her for free.
Well, I think it's kind of silly. We're being concerned about a spider with some of the smallest and shortest fangs in the entire arachnid kingdom. And we got tons of fur. But, fuck anatomy. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry about all this. I didn't know it was going to be so tough on you.
I swallow guiltily.
Oh, I swallow. TJ, take note. I swallow. But I'm mostly joking about the swallowing. It's really how spidery it is. And none of them are radioactive, so we're not going to get superpowers, TJ. Or do we? TJ, get bit. We need to know this for science.
And
Oh,
if
Again,
TJ
I'm
wants him,
gaslighting you.
and if TJ wants Chase to have superpowers, he can give him all the super Christian powers, but he has to do it by helping him swallow things and biting him.
Okay, Spider Otter actually sounds like a cool idea for like a furry comic. Spider Otter, Spider Otter. He can
That's
now,
do
right.
nothing because he's a dumb otter. Spider Otter.
He
and
can't even
now,
escape by jumping in the friggin' water.
and now you know what to write, Kaiser. Because you've been on Blue Skies and you've been like, would anyone want to see this? Would anyone want to see this? And it's like, now we know what you should write. Actually sounds like a
Spider
pretty
Otter
good
meets Full Metal Furry. Yep.
Spider Otter versus
Cool.
Full Metal Furry.
idea.
Does that
Oh.
mean that like Leo gets turned? They accidentally sacrifice Leo's entire body, and he gets put into like an Iron Wolf costume.
Yeah, but Flynn's Mustang, so like he's got the glove. He can just burn everything down.
Oh,
Be like,
nice.
I told you, TJ, you need to answer my questions. Snap.
All right, TJ, go for it.
I'll buy at the diner when we're finished, okay?
I smile at him. I'm not hurting for money at all, but I know it'll make TJ feel better if I let him.
All right, that's a deal. You know, you as a Christian college student clearly just got like money to throw around. I know later we're going to go to the modern smoke room and you're going to just make it rain on all those boys. You know, I know that's what you do, TJ.
It's afternoon at this point. The sun low enough that Jaundice's house is casting a shadow across the backyard. Of course, that shadow is a good few feet away from where we're working. Glorious. I set to work trying to sweep away spiders, their egg sacs, and all kinds of other bugs while TJ grabs the big boards and drags them across the yard. I'm pretty bad at it, but trying not to yelp while I jerk the end of the broom back and forth like an idiot. TJ tells me several times that I can sit it out, but I'd feel way too guilty if I did. At one point, I almost flick a spider onto TJ, which sends him screaming. But after several apologies and nervous laughter later, we're back at it. It takes a lot longer than it should, mainly because of all the sweeping I'm doing. But a few hours later, we're down to the last few boards. Most of what's left is rotting, crumbling wood. TJ wipes a hand across his forehead.
Well, I'd say this is the last one.
I give the board a cursory brush, happy to not see any spiders on this one.
TJ, you disappoint me. What is that shirt doing on? I told you to take the shirt off. I didn't give you permission to be clothed. Yeah, I don't know why I'm suddenly making Chase like this weird Dom top, but what do you guys think?
You have like the two bottomest people here, except one of them is actually doing something that will be successful in life.
Hey,
The
I
other
was
one's gonna
thinking, you want
struggle.
to go on another hike tomorrow? Because even I, the otter who hated hiking the most, would rather do that than be around Jaundice. We could invite the others to go with us, like we probably should have done the first time.
TJ looks up at me.
You sure? I thought you didn't like it. You were complaining like a bitch the whole time.
Again, I complain a lot. I'm like, a bratty top. Now I'm a bratty dom. So you just have to like take my complaint, stubby boy. I mean, I had fun. I had you alone, DJ. Mm.
TJ smiles.
Well, all right. That'd be awesome.
He's grinning now, and that makes me feel even better.
All right. Let's get this done and we can go to the diner and plan it out.
Sounds like a plan. And, when I'm in the restroom, TJ, this time actually go through with it. I mean, I was presenting. Again, I'm going to gaslight you about everything. Reality is fake, TJ.
Just imagine, like, tomorrow, Chase is just like, oh, I can't move.
The only thing that can help me is lots of Linksy massages. Jenny, get out of here. Kick.
TJ's just like, let me work on your leg. He's just holding the leg like, oh no.
Let me
It's not
massage your
supposed to
tail.
happen.
That looks naughty too.
Especially here at the base. I think that's the worst part. With that, TJ flips the board and reveals a massive tarantula. Eight beady black eyes reflect the sun, and I'm soon almost blinded by it. They bore into me, and the spider turns slowly, crab-like on its legs, so it can face me. My stomach turns. As my stomach turns, the newest soap opera.
Sorry, that's when the Elden Ring music card kicks in and like a boss bar appears. Be like, oh no, the spider.
My stomach turns and the ground tilts. I feel like I'm falling off the edge of the world. I grab for something, anything, but all that there is air around me, and I fall into the darkness. Just count when the shoulders are down, all right? I feel like water's rushing through my ears, and I have to widen my stance to keep from falling. Are you listening? Huh? Go for it, Chase.
Huh? I mean,
Chase!
I'm an otter, so my ability to close my ears underwater is a species-defining thing, but I'll act like this is weird.
Hello.
Why, hello there.
Hello
How
there.
do you like my
Chase.
TikTok? How do you like my TikTok shop microphone?
Hello, do we have a guest, apparently?
Apparently we do for now.
Hello.
What are you guys playing?
We are doing some Echo.
The
What is
straightest
that?
game ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a visual novel.
Yeah.
It's a visual. Are you actually playing a game or what's
Yes.
going on?
Yeah, we are playing it. You
Yeah,
can
we are
actually
playing
watch
it.
the stream if you wish.
Oh, you're streaming right now?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let me see this.
This
I
has been
swear
a
if
fun
I'm
one.
signed out.
This has been a
There
real
you
fun
go.
one.
Yeah, Chaos event has occurred.
Indeed. All right, let's go ahead and get on into it. Chase!
Huh?
I try to focus on the kid in front of me.
What? Oh, sorry, I'm got off rhythm here.
Did you die or something?
I don't know. I was thinking of something else. I mean, us as the only two otters, we have a bond, Sydney. We're, very important to each other.
You're dumb.
How dumb? How could you say that? Because you're the dumb one. Meh.
I don't feel good.
Toby stands there with his arms around his stomach, his ears down. Thank you, subscriber.
Do you want to keep doing Sydney? Because I could do it if you don't want to.
Quit being a baby, Toby. Just one more round.
I don't want.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I wasn't following your Twitch, Fenmir.
Oh, no worries.
I thought I
No
was,
worries.
so I am now.
Oh, yeah, also.
Oh, man.
Go!
As the empire grows.
Sydney grabs Toby by the shoulder and sticks a leg out behind his leg. TJ is easily tripped and goes down on his back in the dirt. I get the feeling that the lynx is purposely losing so he can be done with it. Sydney doesn't like that and tries to pull TJ back up before rolling the lynx onto his stomach. He yanks on Toby's ears.
Ow!
I step closer.
Okay, Sydney wins. You know, because this is clearly something TJ would want to do. And yeah, this doesn't sound like bullying at all.
I raise a hand and point it at Sydney, just wanting this to stop. Sydney keeps going and grabs his shirt. And Sydney keeps going and grabs his shirt that he'd be thrown on the ground earlier, and wraps it around Toby's neck.
Sydney, are you named after one of the only cities that I know of in Australia? Are you? Are you
Hardcore,
going to go opera house on this?
hardcore rules. It's all legal.
Come on.
Toby grabs at his neck while his eyes widen as Sydney leans back, pulling Toby's head back with him. The lynx's arms flail around, his mouth wide open. I stand there, confused. Is it okay if it's not against the rules? Sydney laughs and leans even further back, looking excited and happy. Toby stares at me with wide, bulging eyes.
Okay, to be fair, Sydney basically just pulled a Kaiba. He's just like, screw the rules. I'm a shark. Oh, take this now. Stop.
I reach forward and grab onto TJ.
Chase, can you hear me?
TJ's looking down at me with wide blue eyes.
Toby? I'm gonna dead name you now. I'm gonna gaslight you, girl boss you, and dead name you. You sexy little lynx. You twinkiness.
Hey, what?
I blink up at him, feeling sick. TJ feels my head, then stands up and starts pulling me along the ground.
What are you doing? I mean, this isn't the first time I've been dragged through the desert in non-menace compass, but I mean, what are you doing, TJ?
Gotta get you inside.
He grunts as he pulls at me. He grunts as he pulls me, and that's when my stomach lurches and I roll over and vomit up the cookies.
Crap, I knew it was Blackwater cookies.
I mean, to be fair, I know what it actually means, but that actually kind of sounds like a cool brand name.
It does sound like a cool brand name. I was thinking that. It sounds like a cool brand name.
Black Rifle Coffee.
This cookie's made by the Blackwater mercenaries. They just imagine there's like some dudes and like some like soldier dudes and some mercenaries in like full kit for some reason. They're just baking cookies.
Yeah, and then in like the about section of the company website says about cookies started. Blackwater cookies started in my RV.
he just has a whisk attachment for his rifle as he's instead of a bayonet,
so he can whisk away all the terrorists.
I can hear TJ starting to panic, so I grab at him. I have to cough and spit several times before I can speak.
No, I'm fine. Don't freak out. I'm only clearly having acute food poisoning, passed out in the middle of the hot desert. But come on, TJ, don't worry about me. Again, behold the gaslighting.
No, you're not. Can you stand up?
Yeah, I'm good.
I get up on wobbly but stable enough legs. TJ puts an arm around me.
We're calling an ambulance once we get inside, because you just swallowed a whole bunch of Blackwater cookies.
No, I'm all right. I only need a stomach pump, a lot of antibiotics, probably a drip IV to make sure I'm hydrated, but I'm going to ignore all that.
No, you're not all right. This is serious. Septic. Food poisoning and going septic is real. It's real serious.
He starts limping me towards the front of the house.
I should have been keeping an eye on you.
TJ's voice cracks and I stop him.
I mean, to be fair, TJ, I do want your eyes on me. Come on. You know, yeah. Hey, look at me. Again. Okay, when I go on a weird aside and the actual dialogue works too well, I'm always amazed. Hey, look at me. I'm okay. In fact, I'm fine, TJ. Look
I
at
look
this
at him.
otterness.
I look at him in the eyes and see tears threatening to spill over.
I'm just really hungry and stood up too fast. Because the one thing you should do when you're having acute food poisoning to the point of passing out is eat more. I
That's
mean, you
right.
can't stop the train at that point. You gotta just power through eating all as much as you can.
That's right. Chase looks at TJ and he's like, I'm just hungry, TJ. Hungry for that ass.
I just need some protein, TJ. Can you help me supply some?
TJ looks big. It'll supply some protein and hydration at the same time. TJ looks back at me, studying my face.
Just don't call an ambulance for me. At least not yet. I mean, we should probably save that for like the horror part, TJ. I mean, of course, eating Blackwater cookies, that's pretty horrific.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I force a laugh.
Definitely can't afford that right now. You know, American healthcare. Man, I hope in 10 years they get that fixed because, you know, this game takes place in 2015.
TJ's quiet for a moment, then starts pulling me to the front again.
We're getting you inside at least. I should never have had you work under this heat. It's more of a cat's thing, not you failed experiments called otters.
Yeah, because, you know, the person who's best at yard work in the middle of a hot desert is the Arctic cat.
I know. Well, it's not really an Arctic cat. It's just a cat.
I think lynxes live pretty far north. All the at least couple images I've seen of them, they're all in snow. That's why their paws are so big. They're natural snowshoes. I'm just tired. We should just go to the motel instead, and you give me that massage.
Yeah, for the most part, lynxes are in the north.
Oh, okay.
Like in Canada. But I mean, some of them can be pretty temperate as well. Like in the Midwest, for example. Like some of them are, like they can be found in Utah and stuff like that as well.
Well, they do have like high elevation there, so that kind of makes.
Yeah.
Inside now, just in case.
Jaundice is happy to let us sit on the couch for a while drinking lemonade. Just made. It doesn't feel... TJ doesn't tell her what happened, but he glances at me every now and again, and as if worried I'm going to faceplant off the couch. I feel a little bit dizzy, but otherwise fine. I keep thinking back to that tarantula, but TJ hasn't said anything about it, so I decide to not bring it up yet. Meanwhile, TJ is making awkward conversation with Jaundice. I lean my head back, hungry and tired.
Mainly, it's the wood chopping that'll be the hard part. My back isn't nearly as good as it once was. Oh, yeah, I imagine. I guess I was hoping I could get just a little more help. Oh!
You're pulling the mic a little too close to your mouth, by the way.
How's this?
Yeah, it sounds better.
I guess I was hoping I could get just a little more help. Oh. Well, if you didn't mind, of course.
I lift my head from the couch and look at TJ.
I got tomorrow off as well, and I'll be free to show you what needs to be done if you're willing. Which, you know, if I'm off today and tomorrow, really fucking weird. I still got my work smock on, but we're not going to mention that.
TJ's stuck with his mouth open. Then he smiles.
Of course.
I frown. Jaundice beams at him.
Well, you are just a little lifesaver, Tobias. No problem, ma'am. And so proper, too. Just need to pinch those roughs again.
TJ avoids making eye contact with me, a smile plastered to his face all the while. Jaundice suddenly turns her gaze to me, and I'm forced to wipe the glare off my face.
How were those Blackwater cookies?
My life is only really in danger, but, oh, good. They were good, huh, TJ?
TJ,
Gaslighting.
TJ, still smiling, just gives a curt nod.
Good, good. My secret recipe.
Extra blackwatery good.
Mm-hmm. Fresh black water, no less. She winks at me.
Fresh
I feel
out
a
of the
little
bowl.
uncomfortable.
Fresh out of the bowl.
Oh, no. She just takes it and
Well,
puts
to
it in
be
the blender.
fair, how would she have fresh blackwater? Because she put it all on the road. Hey-oh.
She winks at me, and I feel a little uncomfortable because the smile doesn't touch her eyes. It's a
She's
short
disabled.
walk to the diner, and I berate TJ the entire way.
I'm sorry. She just sort of pushed me on it.
You can... Go ahead, Chase.
TJ, this is going to be the only time I will ever utter this sentence, but you can always say no. Except to me, your daddy otter.
I just can't say no.
I'm going to hold you to that one, TJ. Ooh.
You have to hold
Or
it
at
to me,
least you had-
Daddy. You'll really have to hold it to me, Daddy.
or at least you had other plans. Again, I super wanted that hike. Oh man, you convinced me. You showed me the light of not God, but the power of hiking. TJ, I'm a changed man because of you.
TJ stays quiet as I push open the door to the diner.
I was kind of looking forward to hanging out again, not eating Blackwater cookies and being poisoned by spiders, but I guess these are the equivalent. It's the law of equivalent exchange.
TJ keeps quiet as we sit down, so I give up and just lean my head back again. Eyes closed. It's quiet for a few minutes before TJ finally speaks up.
How are you feeling?
I rub my eyes gently, my headache now replacing the dizziness that I felt earlier.
Well, TJ, I'm gonna have to go clean my musk glands again, and oh no, the lock still doesn't work. Oh darn! Just come on in if you want to in the bathroom. I mean,
John
Hmm?
just comes in, she's just like, "What is that sound?"
tired. My head hurts. The acute food poisoning will do that to you.
I really shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry.
Stop apologizing, you Canadians. I'll give you something. I'll give you something to be sorry for later.
Oh,
It's
okay
fine.
then.
It wasn't the heat. It was the acute food poisoning.
TJ frowns and sits back, looking out the window at the sunset.
Sounds like you guys are having so much fun. I'm just over here playing some Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 Modern Warfare.
Sweet.
Yeah, if you don't know what this genre of is it's specifically furry visual novels, and so yes, they are intentionally very gay.
Very, very gay.
Sounds about right.
Ultra gay. Mega
All of the
gay.
gay.
Monster.
Mum,
Sorry,
ultra gay.
Combo. Simum. Pow. Sorry, I'm not mad. I just don't want to see you beat yourself up over it because that's what me and my flogger are for, TJ. Quit trying to steal my job. Quit trying to ruin my fun.
I don't tell him that his constant fretting and apologizing is grating on my headache.
Well, make sure you try to eat. We might just need energy.
He... Go ahead, Chase. Here's hoping. At that moment, a young stag I vaguely recognize comes up to our table. It's weird seeing someone so young and fresh in Jaundice's position. Once he gets to our table, though, his eyes lighten up.
I'm back.
Tej? Welcome back. Tej? TJ sits up suddenly, a big grin spreading across his face.
Julian!
Ooh, can I be Julian?
Yeah, you can be Julian if you want.
Yeah, see, his nose is just not red enough. I don't know how Santa's sleigh is gonna possibly make it.
It's been a while since I've seen him. He's bigger, and so are his antlers. I barely recognize him.
And Chase, too? What in the world are you two doing here? I thought the town council was clear when they banished you.
For being too gay. Tej, go for it.
Visiting. I didn't know you had a job here. That's cool.
Julian grins.
Not really. It pays some of the bills. You know, the sexual harassment from Jaundice, you know. I mean, but you gotta make do in this town.
At that point, I phase out of the conversation, letting the two of them catch up. TJ had a lot of friends in high school. He had been technically popular. It's a good few minutes before the stag finally takes our orders. Once Julian bustles off to another table, TJ grins at me.
Oh man, it's good to see him again.
Yeah, that's cool. Giving attention to another man in front of me. Yeah, I'm not going to be at all pissy about this, TJ. You're mine. Mine.
With the awkward stag, with the stag gone, and awkward. Sure, why not? Fuck it, let's go with it. With the awkward gone, the stag's silence quickly closes in on us.
Just like the greeting
He's a
of Echo.
vessel from Harry Potter, so he just brings death with him.
I'm too tired to do much about it, though. I lean my head back again, closing my eyes, feeling like I might fall asleep right there.
So, you gonna spit up again?
I open them to see TJ looking at me before he quickly looks away again.
And that's when Clint comes in, and it's just like, oh, these boys again, huh? Time for more beatings. Oh, what?
He fiddles with the stack of napkins.
You called me Toby earlier.
TJ, I am the Dom in this relationship, and I will dead name you. Just randomly, I'm also going to call Jenna Jasmine again, and also that trans woman from down the street. No, we're going to totally dead name her too. I mean, did I?
But
Yeah.
I remember, even as I say it.
Yeah.
TJ forces a laugh.
It's been years since you've called me that.
Oh, yeah? I call you that in my mind all the time, Toby. Yeah, take it, Toby. Take your dead name.
We're quiet for a moment.
So, why did you call me that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to girl boss you all over the place. I will call you what I want. Jebediah. See, I'll even go your the second half of your dead name. I guess I was just a little loopy after passing out. You know, acute food poisoning will make you spontaneously transphobic.
Ah.
And dead name people, yeah.
I eye him carefully.
Do you mind if I call you that? I'm going to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. That's the Chase way.
TJ is fine.
So, yes. I studied TJ, the way he's sort of hunched in on himself, his ears twitching.
Are you okay? How much of the Blackwater cookie did you eat? Enough to be cursed? Did the curse
Yeah.
get you, TJ?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I go back and forth between deciding if I should bring up the whole Flynn incident or not. Despite his best efforts, TJ isn't fooling anyone that he's not bothered by what happened. Of course he would be.
TJ, our mood is far too great. We are having too many good, fun vibes. So let me just take a wrecking ball to the only thing, to the last pillar of any good times. And do you want to talk about what happened on Monday? You know, when you were accosted and verbally abused? You know, do you want to talk about it? Come on, TJ, I'm poking you.
TJ's quiet, and I kick myself. I'm given a little more time to think of what I'm going to say next as Julian brings our food and strikes up another conversation. TJ, again, is able to easily slip into a smile and chat away with the stag. The smell of the burger has my mouth watering, and it's incredible when I take a bite. It's striking how easy it is for TJ to just put on a smile and act cheerful. It's almost like he's been traumatized as a youth and picked up the skill. It makes me wonder how much of it is actually genuine. I'm almost halfway done with my burger by the time Julian is angrily called back to the kitchen by the cook. Get your burger!
Yeah, this is a Waffle House, I'll have you know. So, you know, the show is just part of the experience.
Mm-hmm. TJ goes quiet again and starts plucking at his salad. I swallow and set down my burger. My stomach is turning a bit at what I'm planning to say.
Because, you know, his stomach wasn't turning because of the food. You know, I will stop bringing that up. I'm sorry. That horse has been beaten. Uh, but in a fun way. Oh, I was thinking about this before we got here.
About what?
That maybe we could use the time we have here to remember what happened. You know, all the mysterious otter drownings that are unexplained. You know, I mean, to find
TJ finally looks at me, and the sadness I see in his eyes makes my heart plummet.
find closure, like getting you to stop asking questions. TJ, never question Sydney's death. Never.
I mean, like, from the sounds of it, Sydney was kind of a dick. He's kind of a
Yeah.
bit of a
Well,
bully.
well, to be fair,
They
yeah,
were
they
also
explained it
kids.
in another route. Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was really not okay with him being gay.
Mm,
And another thing happened, and also he has a ghost in him.
yeah. TJ's quiet, staring at his salad. I don't know, man. Go ahead, Jace.
I don't know, man. It's just like, how bad is it for you still? I mean, watching someone die. I mean, I do that all the time. I'm constantly going through my Twitter feed and watching those compilation videos, and look how great I am. And I just want to figure out how we can help.
Totally healthy. How's it going, Ace? How you doing today? I search for the right words.
Be at peace with it. You know, that thing that you know, the thing that has defined our lives. You know, we're going to talk once, TJ, and you will never bring it up again. Quit asking questions.
Oh yeah, Ace. Yeah, it was filled with lots of foxes squeaking and stuff. Nice. DJ's still quiet.
I don't know, man. As long as you don't ask questions, TJ, do not answer any of Flynn's questions. You two let's just be quiet.
I finally say and slump in my booth. feeling like I ruined everything.
How would we do that?
His tone is shaky, but genuinely curious.
I mean, TJ, there's this thing called therapy. Maybe we all should have just gotten some. But no, screw that. I don't know. Talk about it. Talk about it with the others. I mean, not Flynn. He doesn't deserve any closure or healing. In fact, let's rub it in his face. Be like, "Look at us, Flynn. We're all talking about it. Na 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 na.
We're all healing, you're not."
We're directly denying you healing, Flynn.
That's right.
We're
Take that,
friends."
you douchebag. Flynn's like, oh, how could this happen to me?
I will take my ram and go home. Thank you. Boop, boop, boop. And he just picks Carl up.
He just picks him up, throws him over his shoulder, takes off.
He's like, and he turns back one last time and be like, "Good day, sir," and stomps off.
Good day. TJ looks out the window again.
Maybe even go to the lake. Talk about it there. The scene of the crime. Murderers never go back to the scene of the crime, TJ. So clearly this means I'm innocent. See, look how innocent I am. Never question this.
Never. Also, TJ, come to the scene of the crime. It's almost like serial murderers kind of repeat their crimes in certain locations.
Yeah, TJ, let me show you the scene of the crime so I can taunt you further and gaslight you, and you're never allowed to question.
That's right, TJ. Put on these handcuffs and let's go into the lake for no apparent reason. I almost choke on the word lake. Still worried about saying it in front of TJ.
Maybe.
Maybe. No, TJ, I am the Dom here. I will decide all your life decisions for you. So we are doing this thing I just thought of right now.
Also, Ace, they are wearing clothes, but they're going to be pretty slippery because of all the sweat that they have on them.
No, yeah.
They just finished doing a ton of manual labor.
Plus
Which,
Chase hasn't gone to demusk himself anywhere.
Yeah, I know. You must smell like complete glands right now.
Yeah, just nothing but glands.
To be fair, I mean, the best yard working clothing you could wear is a polo and khakis. So, I mean, TJ is on point with that.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course he is. He
TJ
probably dressed for
sighed.
the affair.
TJ sighs and finally looks at me with a small smile.
Maybe, but right now I just want to hang out with you and have a good time, okay?
This is how he works in State Farm.
Oh, that needs fan art. We totally, yeah. If anyone can draw, we need that.
We just need Flo
TJ
and
is the
then
church.
TJ next to her.
No, Carl will be Flo. TJ will be State Farm. Oh no, Flynn has to be Geico.
like a good neighbor. TJ is there.
All right, go for it, Chase.
He's always watching. Oh, okay.
So stop being so angry. It's making me sad.
I pick up my burger, my stomaching loosen up. My stomach loosening up enough that I feel like I can eat again.
It actually is. This also just clicked off in my brain. Since I had terrible stomach issues yesterday, where I was throwing up violently, and then I followed it up with McDonald's. So actually, this kind of works. Maybe Chase is onto something. We should all just bow down and follow the way of the Chase.
Indeed.
Sorry, I was just looking forward to emotionally ruining you some more as I force a codependent relationship upon us. Just take it, TJ, take it. Okay, and also, you're in trouble when the Canadian tells you to stop apologizing.
And stop
TJ.
apologizing. Jesus, fuck. Not even I'm that bad, okay?
He says it with a smirk, then almost immediately frowns.
I mean, sorry, that was rude, eh?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, look at that face. Oh, look at it.
Oh, scratch.
I laugh at him and he smiles back. I take another bite and look out the window. I feel a lot better now, and I'm pretty sure I only passed out because I didn't have any food in me.
Yeah, working a lot of manual labor in burning hot degrees, not drinking, the only water you're drinking is black water, in the sun for hours. This sounded like such a recipe for success. I mean, they didn't
Yes,
even stick around long enough to have the birthday cake in this version of the party. Like, you didn't even have that in him.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, did you ever see that tarantula again? I mean, it's not like he could be magic and teleport and might be the symbol of John B. Gay, the one of the town founders. I mean, that couldn't be it. I mean, after the time you saw it.
TJ
Ugh.
shudders.
Ugh. No, thank goodness. I just have this rubber one. Catch!
And it's just like it's set so like where we're gonna hit something, it just latches onto your head like a face hugger.
Yeah, TJ
I-
just has hammer space that surprisingly only works for rubber spiders. It's
Yeah.
weird like that.
I look out the window at the brilliant sunset.
Ah, that's good.
That's good stuff. He tries to walk away from me, but I kick him in his lower back, and he goes stumbling forward into his knees. He stays there, not bothering to move at all. I glare at the back of his head, breathing hard.
How does it feel when it's happening to you? Like how your dad beats you, because Chase, will just further along everyone's trauma. Take this, you emotionally abused child.
My voice shakes as I yell at him. I'm not used to doing something like this. It felt so gross. But at the same time, it feels like I'm finally teaching him a fucking lesson. He's had this coming for so long.
Why are you mean to him? It's like it's your only outlet while you're closeted and your father is abusing you.
He doesn't answer, instead, slowly getting up to his feet, wiping his face with the back of his hand. I told him to come out here to make one of his treasure hunts. Just so I could confront him like this. It's not going how I thought it would go, though. He's just standing there, not saying anything. Finally, he starts to walk away again, shoulders slumped, ears and tail down. I feel another burst of anger following him. I quickly overtake his slow pace and shove him as hard as I can in the back. His head snaps back before he falls flat on his stomach on the ground. He stays there for a long, long time while I stare at him. I can't remember what happened after that. We went to the lake, and I said, "Let me show you this armbar." And I think that is where we will need to call it for today, because we won't be able to get through the next one in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So remember,
Yep.
tu savais.
So yeah, that just sounds like a really healthy relationship that those two have. I mean, you could really feel the otter on otter bond, right?